guys like Spudleyman as well, just on the outside. Dan6049, and of course, and Blunt as well, are all in that top 8 of the SPRASH League. Top 4 get through the SPRASH Vector, but we are about to kick off for Spyro 3. We're underway. And we'll just wait for the runners to get going as they see the race time started. Wonderful. They've all got different amounts of time on their splits to start with, which is, again, incredibly confusing. I've got a 6.3, a 6.65, a 6.8. Oh, I think Hypno might have the disc tray problem. Blunt might have the same as well. The game can freeze on these opening cutscenes, and you need to open and close your disc tray to unfreeze it. Great game.
Great game. It's a good game.
Are you going to defend that, Lexi?
I have nothing to defend that one with.
Great.
All right, we are off.
So, this first homeworld, Seashell Core, is what we got. What's it called? I don't know.
The homeworld?
The homeworld.
Oh, sunrise the morning. I actually don't remember. I should know this. It's like sunrise morning or something. Morning. I don't know.
That's my color commentator. Everyone might know. Also, I've noticed the Blunt splits aren't started. Don't know if,
yeah.
that probably needs addressed.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, okay. We'll let Kieran figure that one out.
Yeah, we'll have Kieran figure that one out.
That's not our problem.
That's not our issue today.
So they're in Sunny Villa, the first level of Spyro 3, and you'll notice, we did Spyro 2 the other week. From Spyro 1, Spyro 2, they went away from enemies dropping gems. Now they've gone back to it for Spyro 3 because who wants the mechanics to be consistent, right?
Yeah, no, that would be too simple.
So what were the objectives of Spyro 3? We're trying to get all the dragon eggs and all the gems. Is that it?
Correct. I think there's 150 plus eggs, and I don't even know how many gems. A buttload.
Buttload, yes.
A buttload.
I mean, there's certainly a buttload in Super Bonus Round when we get there in about 3.5 hours' time.
Yeah. So we'll be here all day, basically.
Yeah, we're pacing ourselves.
The cool thing about this level, I'm gonna see if Nitroff does it right now. So normally, yep, he's doing it right now. Normally, with this Sheila challenge, you have to unlock Sheila by paying for her. No, that sounds bad. By going to Mr. Moneybags or whatever, Moneybags, and giving him some gems, and then you unlock Sheila from her cage. This just sounds really bad when I explain it this way, but we schmoove. Anyway, so if you saw what Nitroff did there, is he surpassed that, so he doesn't have to pay Moneybags, so he doesn't have to go back to the first homeworld, pay for, to free her, and then come back. Instead, he can just stay here and go straight into the challenge with Sheila and Sunny Villa. And you'll see this actually a lot during this run. There's a lot of backtracking if you play this game casually. There are a few skips that, prevent you from having to backtrack, which saves a lot of time.
Yeah, it's something that's consistent between this and Spyro 2, right? Is they designed the game with progression locked behind certain abilities that you had to go and get to then come back and be able to get like climbing and head bashing and stuff and swimming. In this game, it's the side characters are basically the equivalent of that.
And it's kind of annoying, honestly, like if you're playing this casually, because sometimes you have to unlock it in a different homeworld, and then you have to go to a different homeworld, and then go to a level, and then go to the challenge. But instead of doing that, like I said, there are just skips that allow you to surpass all of that BS.
Good. Don't want to play the game as intended. That's
a waste of time.
Well, I'm sure there are some people in this run who will be playing it as intended because, this is a community event. It's open to everyone. We have seen some pretty marathon times so far from some people, Iron Spider in particular, who's not in this race. But I don't know who the people are in this race who are running kind of casually that we'll be waiting for until tomorrow.
We'll be waiting, yep. I think the first time I ever beat this game, I mean, granted, I was very young. I don't even want to know how long it took me. Like, super long time. But this was back before I had internet and could, like, Google where things were and had to find all of the gems. And as you'll see in later levels, certain things are not as obvious, like where eggs are, where gems are. It's not as straightforward as these earlier levels.
Yeah, I think my only memory of Spyro 3 as a kid was I loved Spyro 1 and 2, and I think I may have rented this from Blockbuster,
Nice.
and then got to Sunny Villa and the skateboarding was too hard and gave up.
What? Oh my gosh! Wow. Wow. Okay, giving up at the
Speaking of skateboarding,
skateboard.
that's where
Speaking of,
Nitroff is right
yeah.
now.
So if you watch Nightroff doing some of this weird skateboard stuff, he actually does this maneuver. Maybe he'll do it right here. Where, yep, there it goes. I have no idea how he does that. It's a certain like button sequence where instead of like flying straight up and doing like a flip, he can just fly outwards, and then he can turn in midair to go close to the next lizard. If those are lizards, is that what these are?
Yeah,
So
they're
he can
the
just
lizards from Spyro 2, right?
I think so, yes. I don't know. They don't really look like lizards to me. They look like little mini dinosaurs, if I'm honest. I mean, they're cute as hell, so
This is true.
whatever.
They're the same creature from the first orb challenge in Spyro 2, because
Ah, okay.
they're from the Glimmer lava lizards challenge where you gotta spit the rocks at them.
So I'm gonna be honest, and please don't hate me, but I have not played a ton of Spyro 2. I definitely played more Spyro 1 and Spyro 3 in my day. So I'm gonna take your word for it.
Cool. Just keep. I'm gonna say a lot of things about Spyro 2, and you're not gonna know if they're true or not.
Yeah, true. You could literally be like, "Oh, they stole this level from Spyro 2," and I'm gonna be like,
Just
oh,
like, yeah, you play as Genghis Khan in one level.
oh."
It's a bit weird, bit of a departure, but I guess it laid the foundations for the side characters. So we see everybody's skateboarding right now, and there's how many of the skateboard levels are there, Lexi? There's a few.
There's two. So there is one here in Sunny Villa, and then there's another one in the second home world in Enchanted Towers. Personally, I like that skateboard level more. I mean, not shocking that it's a little bit more advanced than at this one, which is the first one. But that one is also very similar. Instead of lizards, though, which you will see, you kind of skateboard against Hunter. So it's like Tony Hawk Pro Skater mode at that point.
Nice. Exactly what I
Which
want from my Spyro the Dragon game.
I think that these skateboard levels are part of the reason why I fell in love with this game when I was so young. It's just, I don't know, this mechanic or this gameplay was super fun to me.
Oh, there's one in Lost Fleet as well, apparently.
Oh yeah, there is one in Lost Fleet. That's on me. That's on me. Yeah, there is one in Lost Fleet. My bad, my bad.
You're the one who's supposed to know what's going on here,
I know,
Lexi.
I'm sorry. I try not to think about Lost Fleet because I hate that level. It gives me PTSD. I don't know what it is. It's just something about it is just difficult.
Is the world record holder in this one? Yes, the top left, Nitrov, just said hi in
The
chat.
high,
Really
yep.
clear.
That's our boy Mitrovsky.
So yeah, coming out of Sunny Villa, heading into these early game levels. Like with all these games, they're going to be fairly simple, these early levels, and then they will get more advanced. I think, with the amount of challenges and things like that, and the area of some of these levels, certainly a lot of these levels are way longer than they are in Spyro 2 even, let alone Spyro 1.
Yeah. So I don't know if you just noticed what Nitroff did there, which I think is like super badass. And this is just me speaking as more of a casual player, right? He actually jumped into the actual end of that level and is doing a challenge that presents itself at the end of the level. So instead of going through the whole level, he just skipped right to the end and did this end challenge. I think he'll just start slowly making his way back, collecting things along the way, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, I think with this run, it is a completion run, so they do have to do everything. With
Yes.
Spyro 2 and Spyro 3, it's very much about how much backtracking and how much movement can you eliminate.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, and I just saw Blunt Bow is trying to do the same thing and missed the ledge barely.
This is another one of those challenges. They don't really tell you how to do it as well in Spyro 3. It's not maybe as instructive as Spyro 1 and Spyro 2.
Yeah, it's not super straightforward, but you basically have to blow fire on these little suns until they get into this big little melting pot in the middle and create one big sun. It's super cute. Look at those sunglasses. Oh.
Some of the theming in Spyro 3 is kind of terrible. Not terrible, just out there, I think is the way to say it.
What? How so?
Just, I want to know what they were smoking when they came up with Honeycomb Speedway.
I personally like Honeycomb Speedway. I think that's my favorite speedway, to be honest with you. I like the vibe. I like the aura. I think it's cool, but to each their
It's,
own.
it just the speedways were always just like time of day themed, and then in this they're bizarre.
Fair enough. I mean, at least the homeworlds like are time of day themed, right? So you have like the sunrise in the morning, and then you have midday gardens, which is the second homeworld, and then evening lake, so just progressing through the day, and then finally midnight mountain at the end. Which when I figured that out when I was a kid, I finally made it to Midnight Mountain. I was like, this game is so cool. I thought that was the coolest thing ever. It was low expectations back then.
I think that's valid. To have those low expectations, but also for those to be your expectations for a third in a trilogy game. But
This
yeah,
is probably my first video game ever, if I'm being honest. If we don't count like the weird computer games that my parents had on like a freaking disc, and it was like
what?
a
Tell me what were these weird computer games your parents had,
oh
Lexi?
my god, like one of them was like Wine Vineyard Tycoon, so you like owned a wine vineyard. And the
Oh, that's
other
cool.
one was like a Las Vegas gambling game where you ended up in Las Vegas and you only had $1,000 left because you gambled all your money away, and you had to take that $1,000 and gamble it into $10,000 for the buy-in into the World Poker Tour.
Of
So they
course,
had
yeah.
that. So that
And
might
that
have actually been my first video game, and I mean, my parents are great people, okay? So I shouldn't say that that's like my first video game. Oh my gosh, gambling. But it was very fun, and I learned about roulette and Texas Hold'em very early in life.
See, I was just thinking that sounds like the plot of a Seth Rogen movie. Is we're lost in Las Vegas. We're down to our last $1,000. What we have to do is win enough money to enter the World Poker Tour.
Yeah, it's actually super funny too because if you lose all of your money, there's like a pawn shop and you have a watch, right? So you can pawn off your watch for like $5,000 or something. So that's just like if worse comes to worse type of thing. It was a good game. It
Jeez.
was a good game. But as far as console games are
I,
concerned,
I need to
this
find out what these games are called, and I need to find out if they've got a speedrunning community, and if not, start one.
well, there is a glitch in that poker game that I could teach you
Well, here we
that I
go.
found that I found at a really young age.
Lexi for war.
So Nitra finishing Cloud Spire first, it looks like, and going on to just collecting some of the gems in this world. So each of the homeworlds has their own set of like gems and eggs that you have to go and find. Um, and I think the strat here is like just kind of collect the gems and eggs along the way and hit the portals along the way. So don't necessarily do the home world and then go to the first level. It's more like go to the first level and then just collect things in the home world as you make your way to the next one.
Getting some fun
And as you
swimming air from Nitroff here.
Yes, so this is a really cool glitch where you can just like convince the game that you're swimming in water, but you're not. Like this is air, this is not water, and it allows you to
Oh,
swim,
really?
which is faster, but you can't use your fire power, so you have to charge into everything. I don't know about you guys, but I really suck at water mechanics, so charging into everything would like suck for me, but I
Well, it's
don't
not a
know,
lot
he
of fun
does
in
it.
it's not a lot of fun in Spyro. But you saw again him skipping into a Sheila portal. He doesn't have a Sheila unlocked. But
Mm-hmm.
like we discussed last week with Dragon Shore's skip, for some reason the way Spyro games are coded is that the portals for worlds you haven't unlocked the portal for yet, the portals are just like physically directly below the physical representation of the portal on the map. So you can
Mm-hmm.
just fly underneath, go out of bounds, and get into those levels,
Mm-hmm.
which is always super cool.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. Props to the people that like find how to like clip through walls and things like that. I don't know. We have a few brash runners that just are very good at finding that kind of stuff. I don't know if Spyro has a person like that in the community where like I don't know. It's just how do you look at a wall and think, "Yep, I'm gonna clip through that." I don't know, but props to them.
Yeah, I don't know. Groxu was like did that for SRT, but I don't know if OG Spyro has someone like that that discovers all
Gotcha.
their glitches.
Yeah. Yep.
So yeah, the second Sheila level, more kicking, more jumping on things. Sheila
Hmm.
levels are kind of auto scroller because you're just going through it at the relatively slow pace that Sheila moves.
Yeah, just pretty linear. There's not a whole lot of things out of the way, and anything that is out of the way is pretty obvious. At least in this level, so pretty straightforward. Some of these levels really like there isn't much to them other than just go through it as fast as you can. Some of them, on the other hand, have cool glitches and things, but this one's just straightforward.
There's also an incredible assortment of Dragon Egg names.
I know, right? I think about that sometimes. I'm like, how do they come up with all of these names? Because yeah, I could not have been on the egg naming team for sure. I would have ran out of ideas. I
I think they ran out and just started adding like normal people. Isn't it like an Alan?
think
We
there
saw
might be an
Jenny.
Alan. And Ruby. And there's one in Molten Crater in like the challenge with the Sergeant Bird, which we will see later, named Luna, which is my dog's name. So that's obviously my
Nice.
favorite.
In Cloud Spires, there's one called Coltrane.
Cool. Yeah, yeah, Coltrane. This one, Nan.
Nan. There's one called Grandma.
For someone in chat just said that they opened up a phone book and just picked names. You know, honestly, I'd believe it.
Wouldn't surprise me. It wouldn't
Yeah.
surprise me if they just picked some out of a hat when they got
Mm-hmm.
to the top. Because there are, is it, there's 100 egg is the category. Is that all the eggs?
150 in this one.
150.
Mm-hmm. Which is insane. I remember when I was young, I was like, I'm not even gonna find 30 of these, and you expect me to find 150? Alas, I got there eventually, but it just felt like such a freaking feat, you know? It felt like a lot to do, but now it's a little bit easier. And it's always fun watching like Nitroff just, you know, people like Nitroff just kick butt at a game that I spent hours on as a kid, and now I'm like, oh yeah, just making it look so easy.
Yeah, I mean, I think we've seen in all the races so far, or at least the two Spyro races so far, that that is a death for Blunt getting knocked
Ooh.
off by that ram
Ooh.
there. That's going to slow him down a little bit.
A little bit, a little bit. That's the second death, actually, from
Oh,
Blunt
really?
bows. There's another one in Cloud Spire. But, you
Yeah.
know, they're still keeping up pace. Like, they're still, you know, hanging out in Sheila's Alp.
Yeah, so what I was saying was that I think that what we've seen, particularly with Spyro, is that the world record holders in these categories are generally just in a class of their own. And I
Oh,
think we're
seriously.
already seeing with Nitroff that he's
Mm.
getting close to like a level ahead, and
Yeah, look at him.
we're not even 20 minutes in.
No, no, look at him. He's already in Molten Crater, which is one of the first homeworld levels that's like lava themed. Has little tiki lava guys. And this is one of the challenges within that level. The other challenge being a Sergeant Bird level, which I'm excited to see because Sergeant Bird is actually a character that you have to unlock in the second homeworld. So he's going to be using that technique again where he kind of clips through and does the challenge before even unlocking or even meeting Sergeant Bird in the game. So that's pretty cool.
Yep. So this is in back in Molten Crater, and you can see that
Hmm.
Zack is also in Molten Crater, so he's not a
Hmm.
full level ahead of everyone yet, but yeah, getting pretty close.
We're getting close, yeah. Yo, as you see, here we go. And I chop in the Sergeant Bird Molten Crater challenge level. We're gonna see my favorite egg soon.
This the Sergeant Bird handles like a tank.
Sergeant Bird is very interesting in this game. I remember struggling a little bit as a kid, and then in SRT, I felt like he was a lot easier to maneuver.
Yeah.
Excuse me, maybe that was just me, but his shots seemed to home more in SRT. Oh, excuse me, I just have like the burps today.
Great. I think it is definitely interesting to see Nitroff like is so quick with this because you have to be so precise with
I
with
know.
these Sergeant Bird challenges, and it feels like you spend ages trying to line it up, but Nitrov just grabs them and goes.
Yeah, and the thing is, there's these birds. This egg is Luna, by the way. So I got yep. Aw. Anyway, so the thing about the birds flying around, like as you can kind of tell from this challenge, you try to find like these little tiki heads and return them to their little tiki bodies. If you get hit by one of the birds flying around, um, you will drop the tiki head, and you'll have to go back and get it. And that's true with the fire too, I think. Oh, nitro. No, maybe not. But anyway, these birds also respawn. So as much as he shoots at them, they're just gonna come right back. So it's kind of strategic in that way. And it doesn't matter which tiki head goes on which tiki body. So there's also kind of strategy there to just pick the closest tiki head and bring it to the closest tiki body.
Can you say tiki head and tiki body again?
Tiki head, tiki body.
That's
I
a
don't know how else to describe it. If
it's a
anybody.
it's a totally fair point. I'm not sure how else to describe it, but
It is what it is.
it's just a weird phrase.
It is a very weird phrase. I never thought I would say that in my
Like,
life, but
you have
alas,
to
here we are.
reattach the tiki head to the tiki
The
body.
tiki head to the tiki body. Oh, so
Well,
cute.
we're about to see Zach do that all over
Zach,
again.
yeah,
So if you're a fan of
Zach
tiki
over
heads and
here.
tiki bodies,
Zach doing his the tiki head, tiki body challenge.
that's what that's called from now on. Good.
hmm
As you
Oh,
know,
see,
this is a World 1 level. But I remember again the first time I played through this super casually. The whip enemies and stuff in Molten Crater, they'll get you.
they will. They will. And there's other large enemies like that that you'll see throughout the game where you can't charge at them, you have to blow fire at them, right? And there's a few of them that the timing to me is a little wonky. Like I think there's like some in oh shoot. I can't remember the name of the level. It's in the world too, and it's like the panda, like the cute panda, like China themed level. There's like these weird like concubine looking enemies, and they hit you with an umbrella, and you have to time it really well. And that's the same with these ones, I think, with like the whip or whatever. Yeah, they'll get you.
Yeah, they definitely got a little bit more creative with some of the enemy. I mean, creative or annoying with some of the enemies.
Yeah, depending on how you look at it.
Well, a lot of tiki head, tiki body action going on
Tiki
right now.
hits, yeah, yeah. We got Hypno there, we got Zach there, and we got Blunt Bows there.
Nitroff,
And then
meanwhile, he is on to
yeah,
Seashell Shore.
no Speedway. I think that's what he just entered. Yeah,
Oh, I see.
Mushroom Speedway, which is the
He,
first of the speedways.
uh,
And this is always really interesting to me. I really like to compare like the remasters of games to the OG just to see like how much they kept. And if you see like in Mushroom Speedway here, they have these gems like in the rings at the beginning there, like five point, I don't know, $5, whatever, 5 gem, right? A 5 gem. And I don't think that they do an SRT to be honest with you. So I found that to be kind of weird and a little interesting on how
I
they
did.
make
I
it
have
that.
played Spyro 3 in SRT, and I have also commentated a 337 in SRT, but I couldn't tell you.
The other weird thing about SRT, fun fact, the spiders that we just saw Nitroff kind of like throw fire at for this time trial, they don't load until you approach the spider. So it is possible in SRT to go clip the path like fast enough where you'll miss a spider because it won't load by the time you get there. I've had that issue multiple times and it's failed me that level. But thankfully we're
That's
playing
fun.
OG.
Yeah, that's fun because we were talking about this last week with the lightning thieves in Hurricos in Spyro 2.
Mhm.
That challenge that I won't go through it all, but there's basically the enemies for that are stored somewhere else in the level, and you can basically cheese the challenge and just kill them all without ever going near it. And that's another example of the SRT being more broken than the original.
Oh, yeah, yeah. It definitely, which is like interesting, right? Because you wouldn't expect that, I guess, out of a newer game. Um,
To fix it, but no.
yeah. But no, here we are.
So with these speedways, we're also as an example of why this run is so much longer than Spyro 1 and Spyro 2. We're now up to 3 challenges per speedway. Am I right?
Correct, correct, correct. So you have your time trial challenge where you try to collect all of the items as fast as possible. You have your race against the butterflies or the bumblebees or the seagulls, depending on the theme of the speedway. And then you have a third, like, kind of secret, kind of hidden challenge where you have to find Hunter, his cheetah or whatever. Is he a cheetah? Anyway, whatever. You have to find him and do his challenge, which normally involves a UFO because he is very passionate about UFOs and proving that they exist and all of that jazz.
Yeah, and the time off between Spyro 2 and Spyro 3, Hunter's just been listening to a lot of InfoWars, uh, and he's really worried about UFOs.
He's super concerned. And he just thinks that they're coming and that we need to be very cautious of it. While
And it turns
Spyro's
out
over
he's right,
here.
because he do
He
spend
is
a lot
right.
of time
Yeah,
fighting
as you
flying
see here.
saucers.
Yeah, as we'll like see Nitroff has made it to the UFO, shooting down the UFO level, and he just get like this is crazy to me. Like he's already at 6 out of 7. I swear he just started this challenge with Hunter. And in SRT, that challenge is just awful in my opinion. Those things like the UFOs can shoot at you, and I swear they like are homed onto you, so it's really easy to die. But as you see, Nitroff just took like 2 seconds, done.
How many? How many seconds?
I don't 2 seconds? I don't know. He
2.
took a little 2 second. No, I don't know if it was
2.
actually that little. You making fun of my accent?
Yeah,
Okay,
it makes me feel
okay,
good. It makes me feel good about my
okay.
own.
Okay, just because your accent is better than the standard Minnesotan accent.
We have fun. We have fun here in the
We
Splash
have
League.
fun. We do have fun here in the Sprash League.
I can't believe we're this delirious and it's only 25 minutes in.
I am, yes, doing pretty good. I love this game. It brings back so much nostalgia for me, honestly. Like, I love watching it. Like when I watched Nitroff's world record video on YouTube in prep for this, just to like learn some things.
You
I
did
was
some
like
work. We get it.
I was very into it though. I was like, how the hell? Like what the F? Like it was yeah, I don't know. I love this game, regardless of its length.
Yeah, I have mixed feelings about it. I think the side characters suck. I'm always down for more Spyro, but
You're biased.
I'd rather just replay Spyro 1 or Spyro 2.
No. You'll change your mind by the end of this. I
All right.
promise.
What is it that's going to change my mind?
Look at how cute it is. Look at all these cute themed levels. Look at how, like, I love how, like, okay, so every level's obviously themed, right? But I feel like they go so deep into the theme. It's just so cute.
What I
And
will say is I am enjoying the enemies in Seashell Shore that are dressed in their little Winnie the Pooh sailor outfits,
yes.
naked from the waist down,
Yeah.
a little cap and a sailor shirt, nothing on the
Yes.
bottom.
And they charge at you with their little seashells. Like, ugh, oh, I love it. This is so cute.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's a fine line between cute and an acid trip.
Okay, I'm not 100% sure where I see the whole acid trip thing, but you know.
The giant
Ooh.
toadstools kind of did it for me.
So we see Nitroff entering one of the Sheila challenge levels, a part of Seashell Shore. Try
Sheila
saying that.
challenge in Seashell Shore.
You try saying that 5 times fast. Anyway, this challenge is kind of interesting as he'll make his way over to it. But basically, these cute little seals. Look at how cute those seals are. Like, I just can't even. And they're holding their cute little TNTs. Anyway, so they have this cute castle that's been taken over by the Rhinox, and they are pissed, okay? So basically, what you need to do as Sheila, as you see Nightrap doing, is take out these tank shooting things. And when I was younger, I thought you had to take out every bit of its, like, that outline, but you only have to take out, like, the tank things, and you can pass the challenge. So as you see, that's exactly what Nightrop did, and now they're gonna blow it up. Cute little
So
skills.
you're helping terrorism.
Okay, well let's not go that far.
I got to be honest though. I look at those Rhinox and I don't think they're capable of having the level of technology of those cannons. I think they're being
What?
supplied by the US or something.
Oh, by the US. Okay, that's good. You know, yeah, well, probably, but
It's like an Osama bin Laden situation, isn't it? You know, CIA trained him.
Callum, have you been drinking prior to this?
No,
Oh, okay. So
no,
this
I
is
did. I
this is
did
one
get
of
banned
us.
from a streaming platform yesterday for hating America too much, though.
Oh, which platform, if you don't mind me
What
asking?
not?
Oh, you can't. Can you DM it to me? I'm curious now. As an American, I'm curious. Anyway.
They were being moany. I'm not banned on Twitch. I'll never be banned on Twitch. I was banned on Whatnot because everyone runs it's American, and they got upset
Oh.
when I said that the world would be a better place if America just sank into the sea.
Okay. Hello. Also,
Tell
Sylvan.
me why I'm wrong, Lexi.
Okay, first of all, have you ever had a pizza roll?
True, fair. I mean,
There.
the
Pizza
America
rolls,
did ruin the world
American. What do
with
you
like
mean ruined? What the fuck?
all the war and slavery. That was all bad, but pizza rolls. Have you
Okay.
ever?
Wow, I did not think that I was gonna come into a Spyro 3 commentary and feel like I need to defend America, but here we are. The reputation is on my hands, and I really don't have any other good things to say other than we
Pizza rolls.
invented pizza rolls.
I actually have never had a pizza roll. What's it like?
We also make pretty decent beer, okay? Like, we got some good beer, good pizza rolls.
What is a pizza roll? I've never had a pizza roll.
Oh my god, it's like, I don't even know how to describe it, but it's like little bite-sized.
Helpful for commentary
What?
that you don't know how to describe things. That's
Oh.
definitely
Just,
not what we're here to do for 3 hours.
it's just a little pizza in a roll. I don't know how else to describe it other than that anyway. So, if you look at Nightroff right now, though, he's in one of the other challenge levels of Seashell Shore. And as a kid, I screwed this up a billion times because you have to hit it auto scrolls, so you just swim. It just does it for you. And you have to hit every Rhinoc along the way, and you can't crash into anything. And I effed that up a million times as a kid. I hated that challenge, but now that I have better hand-eye coordination, I'm a little bit.
Oh, skill point for Nitroff.
Skill point. So fun
Big.
fact, if you kill, or if you, I don't want to say kill, that sounds so aggressive, but if you get one of the underwater chickens to feed sparks in this level, you get a skill point because it's actually kind of difficult.
Right. When I was running SRT events or involved with SRT events, I really wanted to make skill point percent a thing, but never took off.
Wait, what number took off? Lo Siento. Sorry, what?
I said I'd love to get skill
Oh,
point percent as a category.
oh, what? Skill
So you
point.
were
So all of
typing
the
in the
skill
chat.
points? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I can't multitask. That's evidently clear to me today, but skill point percent would be interesting because I don't even know of all the skill points. I know of quite a few of them, but I don't think I know of all of them.
I mean, Spyro 2 would be quite hard because it's like don't get hit in any of the well, don't get hit by gulp is quite hard, I think. Don't, and you'd have to have a different strategy for crush because you can't just do the speedrun strat because there's damage abuse in it.
Oh, so Nitroff has made it to the first boss of the game, Buzz. And what he does here is super funny, in my opinion, because normally he's got like, so he normally chases after you and then has like a few phases of weird things that he does, but Nitroff just sits at the end here and then just keeps bonking him into the lava, therefore surpassing all of the, I don't even know, gameplay, I guess, of Buzz doing his weird like phases of trying to attack you.
Yeah, it's not as easy as it looks.
Yeah, it definitely isn't.
And just flexes with the headbutt, the head bash there at the same time as Sheila.
And Nightrav making it to the next home world. But before he does that, I believe, and don't quote me on this, he's going to do the first Sparks level. Yep. So each home world has a Sparks level, and this is the first one. And I think what he does is you normally have a tutorial for Sparks at the beginning of like, hey, this is kind of how Sparks operates, this is how you shoot, this is how you charge. But he'll take this wall corner ride it up, and jump across to the end of the tutorial, therefore skipping the tutorial because the tutorial doesn't have any gems or anything like that. So now he's actually in the first real Sparks level.
There you go.
Yeah, which is pretty cool. So another thing I learned about this game, and maybe this was just me being like naive or dumb as a child, I always thought that you had to kill every enemy in the Sparks levels. So all of these little lobsters that you see, I would take my time to like shoot them all down. But I guess you don't need to. You can just speed around and get all the necessary items, all the necessary gems, but you don't necessarily have to take out every single enemy. Um, so I did not know that until recently.
You just really enjoyed as a child extinguishing the lives of small creatures.
Here's the deal. This is such a Dark Souls strat to me. I don't know if you've played Dark Souls. I mean, and anybody will tell you that I'm a huge Dark Souls 1 fan, but in Dark Souls 1, you don't even waste your time with every single enemy after a while. And when you first start playing, it's almost like intuitive. Like you want to take out every enemy because it's what you feel like you're supposed to do. But you don't need to. And that helps in this anyway, so it saves time because you're not, taking your sweet ass time like I did when I was like 5 or whatever playing this game.
So we've got Blunt going into and Zach going into Buzz at pretty much the same
Mhm.
time, though
Mhm.
Blunt is a little bit ahead because he had the false start with his timer.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So
That's
they're not
right.
level on timer, but they are level on our screens. So that's
Mhm.
fun.
Mhm.
And meanwhile, Hypno's cleaning up Seashell Shore,
Mhm.
which will be the last time I have to say that level's name.
Hopefully.
Nitrov's battering a lobster.
Nitrov is battling the boss of the Sparks level, picking up the last few gems and the one and only egg in the Sparks level. So we see Zach and Blunt doing the same strat where you just kind of sit on the edge and just bonk Buzz right into the lava.
I'm actually wondering if I don't know. Well, he did. He died a bunch in Sheila's Alps, didn't he? That's why he's got the plus a minute in there.
Mm-hmm.
Looking at blood
Mm-hmm.
splits.
Mm-hmm. Yup. Yup.
Yikes! Pretty
Ooh.
yikes!
So we see Nitroff in the second homeworld finally. I shouldn't say finally. But the second homeworld of 4. So he's just gonna go around doing some water swimming.
If only that meant we were 25% of the way through the speed run.
If only. However, it does not work that way. And now we'll see Nitroff do some glitchy, clippy animation so he can go back into this swimming technique. So he can swim around the world and move significantly faster. And what he just did there is open up that portal into that world. Normally, Hunter would teach you a technique for like a mechanic where you shoot things from your mouth, and you kind of use that mechanic throughout the level too, in that specific level, and you have to hit like a target. So it's supposed to be like a tutorial almost. But he just surpassed that because he's like, screw it, I'm swimming in air, I can just hit it myself, whatever. And so,
Bounds here to get into this level.
exactly. So now he's going to use that mechanic to go into this Sergeant Bird level, which again, you would normally have to pay to free Sergeant Bird, but we say, F that, and go right on in.
Oh, another Sergeant Bird level. How many of this fucking penguin we got to live with?
I actually don't remember. So we saw the Tiki one. So there's the Tiki one. There's this one, which is his actual level. And then he has another one in Enchanted Towers. I can't remember
Sergeant
if
Bird
it's...
needs to do something about security in his base.
Yeah, considering he's supposed to be, like, militant. And
I'm also a military rather than militant.
Yeah, military.
Yeah, I'm also surprised, given it's his base, that he's shooting all these doors down. Feels like he should just use the key.
I never really thought of that, if I'm being honest with you. Never really thought of that.
That was a fun little manip that the Blunt just did. He got those 2 crabs that are now chasing Zach. He got them stuck behind a box, so they weren't as close to him. I don't know if it was deliberate or not, but if it was,
But it
sick.
worked. Yeah, right. It did its job.
And now you see Hypno having slightly more difficulty with Buzz.
So he's kind of, this is kind of what I was talking about a little bit earlier, where he has these weird phases, and each of them get a little bit longer. So you got a glimpse of that. But now he's gonna try to do this bonk strat. Yeah, there we
Yeah,
go.
I think for Hypno, it's the first positioning to get him into this spot is difficult.
Mhm.
But once he
Mhm.
gets him out, once he can keep
He
knocking him
can,
back in like this. So it's a
yeah.
slightly slower route, but it's not quite an as intended route.
Mhm. Mhm.
Sorry if you can hear rustling in the background. My cat Sparks is trying to climb into a bag.
And that's, yeah, I was actually gonna ask you, yeah, about your pets that are named after Spyro characters. So you have one named Sparks.
Yeah, I have two. I have one named Sparks and one named Alora.
Oh, it's cute.
And now we have a Tigger as well, which is, I mean, I'm pretty sure there's been Winnie the Pooh video games, so that counts.
That counts. Here we see Blunt Bows doing the same thing that Nitroff did with the whole swim technique. It's a swim around.
I think is this yeah, this is so again this is Hypno doing the Sergeant Birch the tutorial a little bit, but maybe doing the technique here, maybe this is a little bit easier.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And there he made it over the ledge, and he'll just, yep, just charge and run right into the end of the tutorial.
I love this out of bounds to get into these portals that are, as we say, down
Yeah.
below the down below the texture. Kieran, if I get one of those fishes with like massive fucking eyes, I'll call it Kieran. That'll make you feel better.
I'm
Why is
feeling
Sergeant Bird keeping these hummingbirds imprisoned in his base?
he's
I have so
not.
many
The
questions.
Rhinox imprisoned them, and he's saving them.
In
Because
his base?
the Rhinox took over and were like, you know what? We're in capturing or whatever these hummingbirds, and Sergeant Bird is coming in like, no, ma'am, and
Sounds to me
freeing his little
like
friends.
Sergeant Bird had a little prison camp going in his base, and the Rhinox that were in the prison camp got out and started a rebellion, and he's here to quash the
I think
dissent.
you're making a lot of assumptions here.
I'm making no more assumptions than I think you are.
No, no, because at the beginning of the game, you see that the evil sorceress has her like army of Rhinox that go and try to steal all the eggs and kind of like take over all of these worlds.
I don't trust this little penguin. I don't trust him. That's all I'm
I'll,
saying.
I'll, you know, he's okay. Okay. If there was one of these side characters to not trust, I'm telling you, Agent 9 is a little sketchy. Also, maybe Hunter. You don't really play as Hunter. I kind of do, but I don't know, you guys. Hunter's a little
Well,
sketchy to me.
again, we talked about that in Spyro 2, that Hunter spends a lot of time in Spyro 2 being like, oh, we got to help you get these orbs. Instead of just giving them to you, I'm going to make you do a
Yeah.
series of increasingly difficult challenges.
Yeah, exactly. Like Hunter has all these eggs, which is what you're collecting in this game, right? And instead of just giving to them to you as like a team, he's like, haha, race me in this skateboard level. And you're like, what? Like,
Just give me the
aren't we
gem,
on the
man.
same side? Like,
Just give me the egg, man.
yeah, yeah, like
Give me the
what
egg.
the F?
I'll beat this weird lady, and then we can go skateboarding after because we're mates.
Yeah, yeah, exactly, exactly.
It's a weird concept.
It is. It definitely is.
But things like yeah, like popcorn. Like he's really trying in Spyro 2 as well. Like Popcorn 2, he's really trying to not give you that orb.
He definitely really kind of tries in this game too, because some of these challenges are kind of like, a little dicey, where you're like, okay, okay, Hunter, have it your way.
We see Nitroff beating Shrek Swamp,
Yes,
Spooky Swamp,
Spooky Swamp.
and that's
This
like a mini boss, right?
Yeah, that's like a, well, it's like a challenge, and now he's gonna go into this Sheila challenge, which uh has a lot of distaste from a lot of people, I think. This is the
Oh, this is
one.
that one.
This is the one. This is the Sheila one where you have to guide these little fireflies, I guess.
Blind ass fireflies.
Super blind fireflies. You gotta like, and wow. So
They got
watching
those
night.
Stevie Wonder glasses.
Yeah, yeah. They're so cute. They're supposed to. So this whole level, this spooky swamp level, is kind of like not fairy tale per se, but it's supposed to be kind of like bedtime story-ish. That's why the Rhinoc in the first challenge is wearing like a sleeping cap and everything
Of
like that.
course. Yeah,
And
that
everybody talks in rhymes and poems in this level. Like
I
all the
see. Yeah, that
NPCs.
definitely did not come across at any point while
Oh.
playing this game.
Yeah, so it's like something you'll kind of notice when you talk to the characters. So like when you talk to these two little fireflies at the beginning, they talk in like rhymey, poemy almost. And
So they
even
have head
some
injuries from previous attempts to blow up these prisons.
Sure. I can't vouch for what made them this way, but alas, they are.
Well, there's Peggy for Nitroff. And he's got to do another one of these.
Now
But
he's got
then
to do it again, which is what also makes this challenge kind of suck because both of these fireflies have a different path that they take. And you know, if you play this game enough, like I'm sure these people have, like all of these racers today, you probably know their path like by heart and you know like the timing. But you can't, for example, you can't just smush a mushroom and like leave it. It'll bounce back up. So it's definitely kind of weird timing. Like you have to yeah, just time it well, I guess.
it's not like they could just follow each other the first time. No, you're going to have two
Mhm.
different routes.
Mhm.
Unhelpful.
Unhelpful.
So, Lexi, if Kirk Cousins was a Spyro 3 side character, which one would he be?
Agent 9.
Oh, God. Brutal.
Because he's
From
kind of
Minnesota's
derpy.
own.
He's kind of derpy. Kirk Cousins. I
Yeah.
can't even get into that. That guy is a piece of work.
Is there a Spyro character that spends a worrying amount of time pretending that they're black by wearing large chains now?
Oh
Because
my god.
that could be
Hey,
that
it
could
wasn't
become.
him last week, so even though we won, we kicked major ass. Yeah, maybe we didn't.
Shout out
We
Lexi's Vikings.
didn't.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
Nitra.
That's the first mistake we've seen out of the world record holder, and I think it's significant because we haven't really talked about it yet, but we talked about it last week. Nitrov has had a spate of bad luck in these SPRASH League matches. I think it would be fair to say he's had a couple of runs. His Crash 3 run and his Spyro 2 run, which really just one bad turn led them completely off the rails.
I'm really excited to see him kind of come back today because I think that this game is kind of his element. When I was talking to him at GDQ this past summer, I don't know, he seemed very much like a Spyro 3 person. So I'm excited to see him in his element and maybe be like, you know, have less mistakes, pull through, win the Kit Kabuto. You know what I'm saying?
If you were watching last week's Spyro 2 run, I did go back and count it. It was 15 and 25 on fish for Nitrov, which
Yeah.
considering you only need to get 10 was a problem. It was one of the most brutal fish I've ever seen live and in person.
So sad.
But he'd be hoping to not get anything like that here today in the game where he holds the world record. His best chance, you would have to say, of winning a week of the SPRASH League.
I would say, yep, here. If I had to put money on it for him to win a week, it would be this one.
Well, we haven't had a week yet where the world record holder hasn't walked away with it. And that's because they're generally the best at the game.
Yeah. That do be the reason. So, Callum, I'm getting kind of hungry. What should I get for food?
Alexi's gonna get some food. Chat, give your suggestions.
So hungry. Do I get
What?
Taco Bell? Do I get
What
McDonald's?
should Lexi eat? Kieran, run a poll.
I just like let me see. Let me see what my options are. So we see Nitroff in this
Oh, you were gonna give me play-by-play of like your Uber Eats menu.
you know, right?
So we see Taco Bell.
So
What's
I
got
get that.
Burger King's an option there?
Not really feeling the Panera Express, you know what I'm saying?
The what?
Or the Panda Express, I should say.
I was
Not
gonna say I
Panera.
not a Panera. I know what Panera Bread
Um,
is. And I know what Panda Express
it's
is.
just, I just combine the two. I don't know, man.
Speaking of Panda Express,
Speaking of Panda Express, that is an
Nightroff is in Bamboo.
option.
Nightroff is in Bamboo. Talking to some pandas. Is that a sign that Lexi should get Panda Express?
Oh, it could be. It really could be. So I think he did like the weird. Okay, I think he's going to. Okay, so this challenge is very interesting where you have to like shoot Rhinox that come out of the air. And some are sitting at the top of the little panda houses, but some come like floating out of the air. So if you see Nitroff shooting at what seems like nothing, it's because that's where the Rhinox are gonna come floating down from. So he's like pre-shooting and pre-taking them out before he even passes like where you would actually do it, where we would actually like take them out, I guess,
Yeah.
which is kind of interesting because I'm like, how the hell do you remember this shit? But he does it.
That level seems like a much worse version of the Men in Black ride at Universal Studios.
Which Universal?
Florida.
Gotcha. I've been still
Or
on California.
the Buzz Lightyear ride at Epcot,
Mm,
if you're more Disney
is that what
inclined.
it's like? Is that what it looks like?
You're on a little cart and you got to shoot stuff as you go past, but it's faster than that.
Oh, we have a game like that at the Mall of America. Or we have like a ride like that at the Mall of America.
America only has there's a dragon called Pee Wee.
That's so cute. Look at that.
I was gonna make a joke about how America only had one mall, but I was distracted by Pee Wee.
Okay, first of all, that is not true because if there's one thing the United States is good at, it is shopping. Okay, so we have a lot of malls. The Mall of America just happens to be conveniently located 20 minutes from where I live. And that is like the third biggest mall in the world or something like that. So,
Is it the biggest one in America?
I think it is the biggest one in America. And then I think
You'd hope so with its name, wouldn't you?
yeah, I think like other malls try to compete and like be bigger, but then the mall just keeps expanding and expanding and expanding.
What is the biggest mall in America? I'm just gonna
So
Google this real quick.
we see
Ah,
Nitro.
American Dream in East Rutherford, New Jersey is actually bigger than Mall of America.
Oh, well, that's depressing. But
American Dream. Wonderful.
so we see Nitroff in the first Yeti level. So this Yeti is actually
Speaking of
a
moving slowly,
yeah, very slow. Just kind of does his thing. This Yeti is actually one of the characters that you freed in the next homeworld. So he kind of did that weird glitchy thing yet again.
these are the enemies you were talking about earlier. That the
Yes.
timing to not get hit by them is kind of janky.
And like I think that even like those panda head rocks that they
Yeah,
kind of throw at you,
yeah.
I even think that those kind of suck. And maybe this is just me, and maybe I just suck at video games, which is very, very possible, by the way. But I just can't do it. Like I just struggle a little bit.
No, I definitely have shared that experience of just getting hit by them. You're like, but how did you hit me?
Yeah, like how did this happen? What the?
You saw they even managed to hit. Nitroff using a little TNT boost there to
Oh
skip some
yes,
of the movement. That was very clever.
get bonked right up there and just take out the remaining Rhinox. Get this egg called Brewbeck, which is an interesting name I have not heard.
That's made up.
It's that one's made up.
All names are made up, really, if you think about it.
So here we kind of see Hypno taking a different route and going to the Speedway in the second homeworld. I forgot the name of the Speedway off the top of my head, and I apologize. But the Speedway is actually kind of cool, in my opinion.
It's Country Speedway.
Country Speedway. I really like the Hunter challenge in this one. I don't know. I think that might be an unpopular opinion, though. Which we'll probably see relatively soon, since he's taking a different path than the rest of the four we see.
Yeah, so he looks to have done Icy Peak, which we haven't seen the others do, and is now doing Country Speedway. Then we'll go back to Bamboo Terrace, en route to his final level, Brad Friedel. Nitro splits are the least easy to understand in this run, I think.
Yeah.
Shout out
My
Nitrov's community for naming all those splits, I think.
I noticed that in his world record run too. I was like, what the? Must be some inside jokes with him in his chat because I have no idea how they came up with these names.
It's always an interesting indication though in these multi-game runners was whichever games have the most split names are probably the ones they've played the most.
Mm-hmm.
So if you see here for Hypno, out of the 3 Spyro games, this is probably the one with the least renamed splits.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
Because he played it less than the other 2.
Mm-hmm.
It's I think by Hypno's own confession, his weakest game in the SPRASH Vector. I think that's I don't think he would disagree with me at all in saying that.
Yeah.
Especially now he's gotten a lot stronger at Spyro 1 and Spyro 2.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I think that Spyro 3 often deters people just because of its length and the
Yeah.
backtracking. Even though when you're doing the speed run, and you'll even see that, right? So this is a really long game, and even with eliminating the backtracking with some of these speedrun strats, um, it's still pretty long of a speed run.
Yeah, it takes a certain degree of commitment just to do a run of this game, even at the top level. Like,
Mm-hmm.
3 hours is a long. I spent some time running NBS in SRT Spyro 1, and I'm not sure I ever sat down for 4 hours and just did runs for 4 hours.
I feel like there's pros and cons to long runs. And maybe I'm not a speedrunner, so and this is just me speaking, right? Like I don't know for sure. I think that the pros of longer runs is that small mistakes that we've seen from even like Nitrov and like blunt bows, right? Like it's not that they don't matter, those mistakes don't matter because they do, but they don't matter as much as like a shorter run that might be like 10 minutes or something, right? If you make a
Yeah,
small mistake, that's going to add up to that 10-minute run versus something that's like 3 hours, right? The small mistakes may not matter, but at the same time, with a run that's 3 hours long, you have more opportunity to make those small mistakes, which will add up at the end, right? So pros and cons, but just depends on what kind of flavor you like, I guess.
I do. There are some people who run even longer speed runs. Obviously, we're heading up to the SPRASH Vector as the finale of the SPRASH League, which will
Mhm.
be 14 plus hours potentially
Which is
for
some
all 6
exciting
games.
shit. Which is exactly why you should join the SPRASH League, so you can try to make your way into the final finale SPRASH Fecta, because who doesn't want to play Spyro and Crash for 14 hours straight on a Saturday, okay? Like, I
Anyone
know
say,
I do.
and that's why Lexi is not taking part in the SPRASH League.
And that is why I don't speedrun. Woohoo!
I can only imagine how long it would take me to do a SPRASH Vector.
I don't even want to know. It would take me probably like 48 hours.
I think, well, I'd have to complete Crash 1, 2, and 3 for the first time ever.
What? You've never beaten a Crash game?
I'm not to the end, but I've never done like everything. I've
Have you
never
ever
100%
done
at a Crash game.
what the? Hmm.
I
Okay,
just don't
Callum.
enjoy them that much.
I thought you were cool, but it's okay.
I regularly 100% Spyro 1 and Spyro 2 just for fun on SRT.
And not Spyro 3. I'm really disappointed, Callum. I'm really disappointed.
We'll work on it. I'll do some more Spyro 3 and we'll see if it gets any more
Yay!
attention. Spyro 1 and Spyro SRT 1 and 2 are just like comfort food for me. Just sitting
Yeah,
watching some TV on the couch, got the
yeah.
Switch on. I'll just play some SRT.
I get you. I get you. So here we see Hypno doing the Hunter challenge of this speedway, which is I like it. I don't know. Maybe that's just me, but you have these weird. I don't even know if those are they're like cows. I don't know. Some UFO stuff, like I was saying earlier, and you have to shoot them down before they like shoot at the little local farmer guys. And we also see Nitrov making his way into the speedway and doing one of the challenges where he races the planes. Yeah, this one's racing the planes.
Yeah, we actually had Nitrov and Hypno in the same level there.
Mm-hmm.
But that's because Hypno hasn't done 2 levels,
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah.
think.
So You see Nitroff, you can see why Nitroff is the world record holder. He's just kind of plowing through it. I don't know how else to say it. He knows this game. I tell ya.
Yeah, I mean he is still very close to being like a whole level ahead. It's only
Mm-hmm.
because these levels are so long that he's
Mm-hmm.
not a level ahead yet.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I think he's probably just about to be joined by Zach and Blunt in Country Speedway, but he's so
Mm-hmm.
close to being finished with it.
Yep, Blunt seems to be making his way to Country Speedway right now.
Zach's
Yep.
going to do a little bit of homeworld stuff, and then he'll be
Yep.
in Country Speedway.
Mm-hmm. So fun fact about Midday Gardens, and I think by the time I'm done telling you this fun fact, you're gonna be like, "Wow, Lexi, this was a waste of time." But regardless, when I was
Great.
young, when I was younger, I wanted to get to as many lives as the game would let me. Right? I didn't know what that was, and I didn't know what that meant because I was young. I didn't have the internet, and I was on my PS1. Right? So I ran around Midday Gardens, killing all of the little rabbits to feed Sparks, and every so often the things that you take out, I guess, to feed Sparks can like
Dragonflies.
drop a butterfly. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
The
So
butterflies, yeah, butterflies.
yeah, can drop a butterfly that gives you a life. So I did that around Midday Gardens for hours. Like I shit you not, hours. So while all of my friends were outside playing, I was doing this for hours and got all the way up to 99 lives before the game capped you. And I was like, wow, I'm so cool. No, I don't know why I thought I was cool, but that, alas, that happened.
That's
I was
uh, that's a
I
great
was
nerd origin story.
I really like this game.
It sounds like a villain origin story almost, but for just like a hopeless nerd.
Yeah. Yep. But what do you do? But here we see Blunt Bows racing the planes, and we see oop, Zach just did the time trial, getting the egg Gavin.
Gavin.
And we see Nitroff entering Enchanted Towers. And Enchanted Towers, I really like this level. I don't know if everyone will agree with me when I say that, but Enchanted Towers is kind of cool because it's one of the only levels, if not the only level, I don't know off the top of my head, where the challenge that you have with the bird that you love so much, um, the challenge is within the world itself. So it's not like you
Yes,
go
that's
to a
true.
different area. And I really liked that. I thought that was cool because you have this really cool level where you have these towers everywhere. It's very open and like airy, I guess. And I always thought that that was really cool. And I thought that flying around as a bird and seeing parts of the level that you wouldn't see as Spyro was really cool.
I think there's also definitely something to that in why I dislike the side character levels, is because it does feel like for most of them, unlike this one, like you say, you really could just like take them out of the game and lose nothing.
Mm-hmm. Because they have their own like separate things,
I mean,
I
they're
don't know.
basically their own levels that you could just
Yeah.
take out of the game.
Right, and they have like they're on theme with the rest of the level, but it's like all in its own. Yeah.
So
So
here we
what
got the
we're
second skateboarding challenge.
yes. So I was watching Nitroff's Word video, and I'm not listening to his stream right now, but he like knows all of the commentary of Hunter teaching you all of these things because this is not optional. You have to let Hunter teach you how to do flips and stuff, even though you know how to do it by now, playing it 100 million times. But even here, as you just saw Nitroff do a couple seconds ago. Sorry, I'm watching like a delayed stream, but he kind of like tries to skip through the tutorial by doing the tricks or whatever you want to call them, like as short off the ground as like possible versus like flying in the air and waiting for Spyro to land and then going to the next trick. It's just kind of like boop done. I don't know if I'm describing that super well, but I thought that was pretty cool because I get so bored of Hunter trying to teach me shit, let me tell you.
It's fair. We're just over an hour in now, so I thought it'd be a good time to remind you that if you're enjoying the stream, if you're enjoying the Sprash League and events like this, you want to see more, best thing you can do is hit donate, exclamation mark, donate in the chat. This event is completely funded by Hypnoshark and Kieran for the community, by the community, but this would help them get some of their money back and give them some funds to potentially run more events in the future. If you want to see another Sprash League, you got to get behind it and support it. So if you have anything to spare, hit that donate link, we would very much appreciate it.
Donate,
Shill.
donate, donate.
Exclamation mark, shill is now complete. He's really struggling with this last balloon there, Nitrov.
There we go. So yeah, we see Nitrov doing this like skateboard. This is kind of the Tony Hawk Pro Skater thing that I was talking about. You just do all these weird like flips and tricks and blah blah blah, and you try to get more points than Hunter. And I think Hunter ends up with about 4,000 or 5,000, like high 4,000, low 5,000 points. I can't really remember off the top of my head. So Nitrov already having 7,200 points, he's gonna win, easy peasy lemon squeezy. But he still has to wait the 42 seconds to finish this level and get the egg from Hunter, which again makes no sense because I thought we were on the same team, but apparently not.
This is the part of the run where you can actually take a bathroom break.
Yeah.
Because if you get everything, you just have to sit there and wait for the level to be done.
Pretty much.
And I've definitely seen him do it. I don't know if he'll do it here, but I've definitely seen him on stream doing runs. Just will get the exact number of points he needs and then just sit there.
Mm-hmm.
But Nitrov's showing off. He's trying to get a high score.
Yeah, I know. Look at him go. He's
pulled
like
off a sick, nasty Nork there.
He's gonna try to go for his like skateboard PD. Now he's like,
he tried to get the skateboard right at the end. I don't know if that was like an animation skip or something that he was trying to do.
I don't know. I'm not 100% sure if I'm honest with you.
Enchanted Towers isn't like the super fairy tale one. That's one of the other ones. That's part of my problem with the theming is they seem to run out of themes at a certain point as well.
Yeah, Enchanted Towers doesn't seem to have like a true identity. It's
There's
kind
Bamboo
of
Terrace and Fireworks Factory, which are just the same theme.
pretty much just different like times of day. Yeah, kinda. I think I don't know. Fireworks Factory is like PTSD to me. I don't know why. I just always struggled with the challenges in that level as a kid. But and then this one and Spooky Swamp, that's what it's called, right? Yeah, they're both kind of like fantasy-ish, I guess.
But there's another one later on that has like a prince and a princess and stuff.
Oh yeah. Oh shoot.
I forget what that one's called.
That one called I hate that one. That one is like hardcore fairy tale. Why can't I remember? I know which one you're talking about, and we'll see it. It's one of my least favorite levels of Charmed Ridge. Thank you. Yes, that one sucks.
Charmed Ridge, yes. the Once Upon a Time level.
Yes.
Shout out that show.
So I am going to BRB real quick. I'm gonna go grab my food. I ordered Taco Bell and I am starving. So I will be right back. Callum,
It was quite quick for your Taco Bell. We will get live play-by-play of Lexi eating for all you degenerates who are into that type of content. Again, Nitrov making this this challenge here where you're supposed to, I think, bring a dog with you all the way through. He's avoided all of that. He's making it look very easy. Those jumps and glides are very difficult to pull off, but he's just so good with his movement in this game. So precise with his inputs that he can get these perfect height jump and glides.
Interesting. Hi, it's me for 2 minutes.
Great. I mean, I can carry. It's fine.
Yeah, no, sounds like it. So, we're in we're in Enchanted Towers. He's gonna start doing the bird section. This is where you get Bone Dance, and if anybody who's seen Bone Dance, we do not watch the full dance. Isn't that sad, Callum?
It is, and as we discussed last week, it flosses in Spyro 2. But yeah, so that you can do Bone Dance % Duo Fecta.
You can, yeah, which is awful. It's an awful thing to exist in the world.
But Bone Dance % is a thing for Spyro as a meme category for Spyro 2 and Spyro 3.
Yeah.
Just slammed together.
Yeah, really is sad, isn't it? Fun little fact, you can do Bone Dance without having to go into Bird. Just, you know, why would you?
Just be different, I guess.
What would ever be the reason?
You got any other Spyro 3 nuggets to get out while we've got you, Kieran?
Man, I love this game. This game's awesome. That's the fact of the day.
Great. Great.
I mean, I'm lying. I shouldn't be here. Sam made it very explicitly clear that I shouldn't be on commentary with you about Spyro 3.
Yeah, because that would just... I mean, it's not like this isn't getting out of hand, but that would have got very out of hand.
Coulda, yeah. Because this game is shit. I mean... Holy! Oh, my lord.
That's why we got Lexi. We find the one person in the world who enjoys Spyro 3.
We found the single person in the world who likes this game, which is crazy.
Is there any
Bless
game...
his soul.
Is there any game, Kieran, that you think you're the only person in the world who enjoys it?
No. I only have the correct take, so I think I'm chill.
It's generally, I think, like obscure PlayStation games. Like I have a lot of fondness for the Toy Story 2 PlayStation game.
That's not niche though. Loads of people love that game.
Do they? What about the Small Soldiers PlayStation game? Remember Small Soldiers?
Dude, I have no idea what you're talking about.
You ever seen the movie Small Soldiers?
Fuck no.
With the Gorgonites and the...
What are you
What
saying?
are they called? It's about action figures that come to life.
So Toy Story. What you're saying is Toy Story.
They're at war.
What?
It's like Toy Story, but instead of it being
It's
Buzz
Toy
and
Story
Woody,
3. It's Toy Story 3.
it's Tommy Lee Jones fashioning weapons out of toasters.
What the fuck game are
You need to
you
watch
playing,
Small Soldiers.
man?
Ilya Bandicoot knows what I'm about. Small Soldiers. What a movie.
I feel like everybody but me is smoking weed.
What is the name? Chip Hazard. That's who Tommy Lee Jones plays.
Chip Hazard. That's my porn name.
So the Goody Toys are like these aliens that are on the run from their home planet, the Gorgonites, and they're being hounded by the Commando Elite. And there's action figures of both, and they all come to life, and then the toys have an actual war in these people's house.
I need Lexi to come back. This is... How do people enjoy talking to you?
You know, I said earlier that your biggest problem was you were nice to anyone one-on-one, but whenever there was anyone else listening, you were an asshole, and there are 100+ people listening right now.
Yeah, it really is my time to shine.
You're just the worst. You're just the
Yeah, a
worst.
little bit. But it's funny. It's like charming, though, I would say. Charming, cute, in a way.
It's about as cute as all the things that Lexi's called cute so far in the Spyro 3 run.
What,
Also,
like
can you
the
turn off your
dinosaurs?
Nokia? Turn off your Nokia.
Turn off my Nokia. Oh, it won't come out on stream because I've got push to talk on stream.
Oh. Nice. It's just me that has to listen to your phone interference.
Yeah. Sorry,
It's
man.
professional producer.
You're gonna see Nitroff do some supercharger shit now. Oh, okay, he's gonna have to fucking do it again.
No.
God damn it. Oh, he just keeps... Oh, no!
There we go.
There you
Got
go,
it.
buddy. He also did a cool little fun thing where you can skip a thief, basically having to chase it around, which he did do, but we didn't talk about it. You'll see it again on somebody else's screen soon.
And he looks to be... I mean, he's very much in sub 3 contention right now. You know, he's a minute 40 ahead of this 3-hour time that he's running to.
Yeah, no, he is probably going to be the fourth of 4 to have world record win.
Which is kind of insane when you think about it. Like, that every world record holder has come into this and just smashed their game.
Well, let's not say smashed. Reminder that the crash-free race came down to 10 seconds.
That's true.
So, you know, Poddy was the closest.
For the Spyro side.
For the Spyro side, yeah, it's been pretty unanimous for the world record holders.
And we've seen the world record holders get so far ahead, and I think we were saying it like 20 minutes in, but Nitroff is already significantly further ahead
Yeah, for
than
sure.
anyone else.
It'll
And
be
he was that far ahead about 20 minutes in, and has just stayed at that far ahead.
yeah, no, you know, it's a masterclass, especially from Nitroff, who has had a few fumbles on the way to this bag.
Yeah, but he was going to try and get that Spyro 3, that fat Spyro 3 bag.
That big $100 bag, that goodie bag.
This is another level that everyone hates, the Nancy challenge.
I don't even hate it. I think it's fine.
It's a lot like Turtle Soup if you think about it. It's like reverse
How?
Turtle Soup.
No, not really though.
You're trying to kill the things instead of save the things.
What are you saying?
Because you're there and it's like top down and there's things coming out that you got to hit, but in Turtle Soup you got to hit them into the sea.
Yeah, in a specific direction. You don't have to kill the hockey guys like due north. You don't.
I think you knew what I meant.
No, I'm right again.
Lexi's door must be really far away, huh?
Yeah, I've been here longer than I should be.
I don't know why Lexi lives down the street from where her food's getting delivered. That seems like a flaw.
It is incredible. But, you know, we're in Icy Peak now. We've got 2 people in Icy Peak. Seems like Blunt is currently second. But we also have runners like Bomber, who has a 3:07, just 1 minute behind Zach. And we have you know, a few people in the 3:1x range. So, you know, tune into the Spyro 3 directory to see where everybody else is going, because, you know, it's a big community race and it's a lot of fun for everybody, especially me.
Yeah, I mean, you can watch any streamer, any participant you want. You can go and watch their stream. You can go all the way down to the people. You can go watch Player Game SK, one viewer right now. Player Game SK, shout out! You've been in a bunch of races.
You could you could even watch like Katsu. You know, if you wanted to.
If you wanted to.
I'm not saying you should, but you know, you probably might want to. Maybe.
You could.
Hey, we're here to spread the love, not take the love. You know, I'm a nice guy at the end of the day. Say I'm a nice guy, Callum. Say I'm a nice guy. Tell everybody I'm a nice guy.
Kieran is a nice person unless he has the opportunity to make fun of you in front of another person.
I think that counts. That counts, right?
That counts, yeah.
Can somebody in chat tell me it counts?
We do actually. I am really impressed by the number of runners we've had take on a whole bunch of races and are actually trying to do the kind of whole league. It's definitely more people than I thought, you know, even in the kind of mid-pack. You know, guys like Hammerhead Labs, Player Game SK, they're doing a lot of the categories. Spudley Man is another one.
You know, you got to remember that Sprash Vector is a yearly thing, regardless of Sprash League. We just sort of like put our boot in the door. But Sprash Vector happens every year. People do it. I think this is getting more people interested in doing it. I think it's making more people practice to do it, which is awesome. It's a great thing. But you know, it happens naturally, and I think people who are devoting to doing Sprash Vectors are also devoting to this, which is pretty goddamn cool. What's
the prize pool for the final Sprash Vector?
The prize pool for the final Sprash Vector is oh Nelly, I forget. It'll be somewhere. It's in the hundreds, I imagine.
Wonderful.
Wait, sorry, I am back now. What is in the
Welcome
hundreds?
back. I'm gonna head off, let you two talk again.
So, Lexi, have you heard of the film Small Soldiers?
Heard of the what?
The film Small Soldiers.
I have not.
How has no one else seen this? You need to go watch this film. It's Toy Story, but it's like, instead of nice toys, it's army toys, and they fashion weapons out of toasters and flamethrowers. It's great.
What?
It's like Toy Story meets Gremlins.
Interesting. Very
It's
interesting.
great. And there was a PlayStation game that I quite enjoy. We were talking about niche, because we were talking about you being the only person in the world who likes Spyro 3. We were talking
Oh,
about
yeah,
niche games that you might be like the only person in the world who enjoys, like you
Mm,
with Spyro 3.
interesting. I'm gonna have to think of. I'm not the only one that likes Spyro 3, obviously.
No,
But
obviously,
I'm gonna try to think of a genuine one.
like the most
that-
obscure game you can think of, and mine was the PlayStation Small Soldiers game.
I think mine might be. I don't even want to say it. No, I'm just kidding because I don't really like it. I was about to make a joke about a really weird Steam game that I have, but I'm not going to.
Is
I'm
it
gonna
an
have to think about
adult
it.
game?
It's a little bit. It's a little bit
A
weird.
little bit. Chat. Name your obscure favorite video game. Not even necessarily favorite, but just like games you liked, games you remember from when you were a kid.
Mm-hmm.
Someone was saying Tom and Jerry House Trap SRS.
I
Never
had
played
this.
it.
I had this really weird Pac-Man game that wasn't like Pac-Man World or anything like that. I forgot what it was called though. And you played as Miss Pac-Man.
Was it Miss Pac-Man?
No, you're like in a mansion. It's weird, and you just play a bunch of like mini games. I don't know. It was a really weird game. I'm not gonna lie, but I don't remember what it was called, and I don't think I played it a lot.
Well, there was a Bugs Bunny game that I really liked as well, where you went to all these different themed worlds. Oh, I need to find
Interesting.
that. I need to find that. Cooler World? Never heard of that.
But yeah, you guys are like listing some games I've never heard of. This is interesting.
These the real gamers are in chat.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I
So
wanna
how
try
are
and
we
find
doing in this 117 race? Do I see?
Bugs Bunny Lost in Time. That's the
Mm.
game. That's
Yep.
the game I'm thinking of. What a game. Yes.
So it seems Sam has made it to Enchanted Towers. Zach is an icy key.
Yeah, I mean, Nitroff is still very much ahead. We were just
Yeah.
talking about he's looking at he's actually staring down like 258 pace at the moment, 258, 257 pace, which is pretty
Nice.
nuts.
Mm-hmm.
I think you got to consider even with his world record, a sub 3 is a really good time.
Mm-hmm.
That's a top tier time, and if he gets anything sub 3, I wouldn't be surprised if he'll probably be the only person in this race to get a sub 3.
Mm-hmm. Agreed. So all eyes are on him, in my opinion, for winning this bad boy this week. But then again, like we were talking about earlier, his luck has not been fantastic, so we shall see.
So where's he going to be going next? Are we on to the next world yet?
Believe so. Onto Spike, the second boss.
What's he like?
Spike is very weird. Oh wait, he already did Spike. Okay, just kidding. Because he's an evening like. My bad, I missed it. But regardless, we're in the third homeworld on Nitrop's screen. I personally think this is my least favorite homeworld. And he's
Bandicoot, I
awful-
mean Bugs Bunny Lost in Time. Bugs Bunny and Taz Time Busters is a unofficial sequel to Lost in Time. Facts. What did you get from Taco Bell?
I got a quesarito and a quesadilla.
What's the difference?
So a quesarito is a burrito wrapped in a quesadilla.
Of course it is.
I also
That's
got a
an
Baja
abomination.
Blast Freezy.
That's an abomination.
It's heaven.
Great. So this Spike fight, we can see that Blunt's doing it right now. It
Yes.
does very much remind me of the Phase 1 Ripto fight from Spyro 2. You got to pick up these orbs and kind of throw different power-ups at Spike.
Yeah. And kind of, yeah, and just, yeah, basically like shoot him, pick him up and shoot him.
And yeah, we're now in Charmed Ridge with Nitroff. This is the one we were talking about just a little while ago. Oh! Nitroff failing the jump, but as we said, you know, this is okay. He's way ahead at this
He's
point.
still, yeah, he's still krilling it.
As long as he sticks with it, as long as it doesn't knock him off course and mess up his momentum, because again, that's what we've seen in the other races, that he can kind of spiral once mistakes start to pile up.
Mm-hmm.
Let's not have that happen this time. This is his time to showcase his true skill in this terrible game.
So what he just did there with the mushroom instead of the daisy, I think the daisies are supposed to be what you jump on first, and mushrooms aren't necessarily supposed to be something that you can jump on straight from the ground. But he does like a weird, I don't know, jump manip thing. I don't know. He's just badass. That's all I gotta say.
But you can use double jump, I think, in this game as well, right? The same as Spyro 2.
No,
No.
I'm pretty sure double jump is Spyro 2 exclusive.
Oh, interesting.
Mm-hmm. Making this game
Double jump
kind of.
is Spyro 2 only. Thank you, Kieran.
Yep. Thank you for confirming.
Pink Panther on the PS1. Yeah, I'm adding these to my list of PlayStation games I need to try. The Hercules PlayStation game, that was elite.
I had a fishing game on the PS1, and it was called like Bass Pro Fisher. It was amazing.
Sure. Hypno in chat saying I might PB Pog. Yep, you might, pal. And please keep on that pace because we gotta be here till you finish, and the sooner you finish, the sooner we can all go home. 3:33:57 is his PB, so he's currently on what 3:36 pace, but he's obviously got time to save. He thinks, or he knows he's got time to save.
I
He's
have
just doing
faith in
the
Hypno.
bone dance deal.
Oh yeah, the bone dance deal.
We were talking about the ultimate meme category of bone dance dual factor.
What is that?
Well, there's a bone dance in Spyro 2 as well.
Mm-hmm.
So you do bone dance %, which is you do the game up until bone dance.
What the? Who comes up with this? Hey, if there's any Crash Bandicoot mods in chat, okay, learn a lesson. We need more fun categories like that, okay? That sounds awesome. I would run that category. Just saying.
Bone dance % is kind of it's not a huge category, but like it's a thing people run.
Yeah! That sounds awesome. We do have, Kieran, we do not have a singular, we have file fusion. Name a fun Crash Bandicoot no. Nope. Disagree.
Didn't Jackie Chan Adventures get a PlayStation game? Erebus is asking. I mean, I don't know, but I want to play it. I did see someone recently. I saw a post on social media about reasons why I shouldn't have adult money. There's no one to stop me buying a replica of all the medallions from Jackie Chan Adventures, and that really hit me right in the childhood.
Yeah, resonate with you. Yeah.
Not a Jackie Chan Adventures guy.
No. I've never heard of it until 5 seconds ago or whatever.
It was an animated Jackie Chan fantasy series on kids' TV.
Interesting. Ooh. Luna. Sorry if you guys hear my dog barking in the background. She's very sensitive to external noises.
Is there a motorbike in this level?
Wait, what?
Why is there a motorbike in Charmed?
Oh, yeah. They fly off into the sunset.
On a
That's
motorbike?
totally normal. Yeah. See?
My immersion! Cool. Yeah, there's a sneaky little egg you gotta get. Nitro find his way around to Benjamin. Is that Charmed Ridge as well for Blunt?
Yep.
And Zach just coming into Charmed.
Yep. And Hypno's still in Enchanted Towers.
Yeah, he's a couple levels behind at this point, but his PB is like 30 minutes behind, so he's kind of where we'd expect. But it's all about the consistent finishes for Hypno. I think top 8 finishes are kind of his goal for most of these races. He was pretty happy with his third place in Crash 3. Was it Crash 3 he did third? He got third place?
I think so.
Yeah, so like those consistent top 8 finishes are what's going to get him into the final 4, heading into probably his 2 strongest games in the final 2 weeks, Crash 1 and Crash 2.
I apologize for my barking dog. She's a pain in the ass. But I agree. I'm excited to see Hypno run all of these. As a I don't want to say avid Hypno watcher, maybe avid Hypno lurker. Obviously, as everyone knows, he's a huge CTR guy, right? So when he kind of branches out and starts playing like Spyro and things like that, I think that's super fun. And I think that's what makes Hypno kind of interesting is that he has his game, right? He has his CTR, but he also really likes running all of these games as well. And I don't think he's pretty decent at all of them, right? Knowing
Yeah.
fully well that this is his like maybe not his strongest game, but I don't know. It's exciting to see him do decently in all of these races.
Yeah, I mean, it does feel like we spend a lot of these streams coming back to talking about how great Hypno is, but it is true. He does have I believe, an elite speedrunning mentality, that he is incredibly competitive in wanting to get times down. You know, in CTR, he has for many years been competing with himself and has still managed to push the world record down by several minutes in that period. I don't even know how many it is, but you know, now down to a low 48 from when it was in the 50s.
Unbiased and accurate commentary. Hey, here's
Yeah,
the
see?
deal. Here's the deal about Hypnoshark, though. I really only join his streams for his mods. I don't know if you guys know, but he's got some dope mods.
He's got some pretty terrible mods.
Okay, Callum.
He's also got some pretty terrible X mods. But yeah, it's so I think it's for Hypno, it's the combination of being incredibly competitive but not being affected by things not going his way. He's very
Yeah.
good at compartmentalizing. He's very good at not tilting. He's very good at not letting mistakes or, you know, things going wrong, RNG not going his way, not letting that bother him, and still managing to get decent times. He's an incredibly
Mhm.
consistent runner,
He's
and
incredibly positive as well. Like,
yeah,
he's just a positive dude. And you know what? That's not to say that the rest of the people on this screen are not, to be honest.
there aren't
I
many. There
just
aren't
don't
many
watch them
people.
as
There aren't
often.
many people who have run as many different who run as many different games at a decent level than Hypno does.
Mhm.
It's like you say, you know, his main speedrunning is Crash racing games, so Crash Team
Mhm.
Racing, Crash Nitro Kart,
Mhm.
Crash Tag Team Racing. But then he
Yeah.
also runs all 6 of the SPRASH games to a decent level.
So this is a hidden fun fact that not a lot of people know about our friend Hypnoshark. He is incredibly passionate about Crash Bash. He loves that game, okay? So as you can see, he just oh no, sorry. I thought it said Crash Bash for his sub goal. I was lying. But he just loves Crash Bash. So,
Yeah,
you know,
he
next
doesn't need to
time
make Crash Bash a sub goal because he's just going to do it.
he's
You know,
just gonna
probably
do it.
just like weekly because
Yeah,
it's his favorite
weekly.
game.
That's what he told me, but that's a huge secret. So anybody listening in for weekly bash races, just pay attention to Hypnoshark's stream. And you know what he also loves? He loves when people go into his chat and ask for Crash Bash. He just loves it. It's his favorite thing.
He also loves when you rework Christmas songs to replace Christmas with Crash Bash.
Yes.
If you just post
Loves
those
it.
lyrics in his chat, he will find it incredibly funny every time.
Yeah, he'll raid you. Like he'll give you all of his follows basically. Anyway, we see Nitroff in the Bumblebee speedway level.
Again, when you
Honeycomb
asked me why it
or
looks like an acid trip, these giant flowers.
Okay, and the bees look rather menacing. Okay, so when you do like the time trial and you have to like fire down all the bees or whatever, they are rather menacing looking, I'm not gonna lie. Plus like this honey river in the middle, just it's very creative, but like I don't know, kind of an eyesore if I'm being honest with you.
I don't know if there's any Game Changer fans in chat, but I would love to hear about the infrastructure of the Honey River. I like how does it flow? Where do they pump the honey to and from?
How does it flow?
Like
Just the way
I
you
want to
said it for me.
I want to understand the physics of how a river of honey works.
Yeah, I'm not really sure. Considering the viscosity of honey, it just doesn't seem like it would work out too well, huh?
Yeah, this is what I'm saying. It's a viscous liquid. See. Airbus
Just
says
keep
keep it
it
warm. I
warm.
don't know. I don't know if that's not going to be good
I
enough
don't know. Is that good enough?
for it to flow like a river, like we're seeing Hunter just glide across.
I just heard someone say or read somebody say Enter the Dragonfly is the most flawless game ever made. That's like saying Hypno hates Crash Bash. That's just not true.
If you want a good laugh, go check out Hypno's YouTube channel, !YouTube, for his video of when he played Enter the Dragonfly. It
Yes.
was worse than
Constant.
I could have possibly imagined.
Hmm. So
And
here we
once again,
see.
Hunter's dealing with some UFOs.
Yep, exactly. We see Nitrov dealing with Hunter and his UFO obsession, just trying to avoid all of the obstacles in this honey river that still doesn't make a ton of physical sense, but alas, here we are.
It's actually a different role for Hunter from Spyro 2 to Spyro 3. Spyro 2, he's on your team. It's his world that you're defending from Ripto. Spyro 3, he's just there chasing UFOs. That's his deal now. It's his thing.
Mm-hmm. He kind of went off the deep end a little bit.
Yeah, he got red pilled to be just a UFO guy.
So we see Zach also, or Blunt, sorry, also in Honey Speedway. Zach still being in Charmed Ridge.
Nitroff getting the egg that's inside the whale. Of course, it's called
Yes.
Jonah.
Jonah. From
Appreciate
Jonah and
it.
the Whale. And we see Sam doing the Sparks level with the spiders, I believe those are, right? Yeah.
Yes, indeed. And the Sparks levels get you Sparks power-ups, right? They increase...
Yes.
They generally increase the range of Sparks until you get the last one where Sparks will break baskets for you, which is
Yes.
so useful.
So nice. So nice. So I'm not 100% sure on this fun fact about Spyro 3 versus SRT 3. I'm pretty sure I'm right, but I could be wrong. So if you push down the right stick in SRT, Sparks will kind of do this thing and show you where any missing gems are. So if you have
Yes.
some missing, it'll point in that direction. In OG, don't think that that's the case. I think that's a what's the word I'm looking for? A feature that you have to unlock. Yeah. Yep.
Yes. I believe so. Yeah, so Spider Time gives you Sparks Finder.
Yes.
So you don't. That's one of the Sparks power ups you get is the ability to have Sparks point you in the direction of a missing gem.
Versus an SRT, I think you just have it.
Yeah, I think you have it across all 3 games, as well in SRT.
Mm-hmm.
And this is Lost Fleet, isn't it?
Yes, we are on to Lost Fleet, which is to be a notoriously PS level. I think a lot of people agree, and I think I even heard Nitroff in his world record video say that he thinks that this is the hardest level to speedrun. And I'm not 100% sure like what his logic is, but in my mind, it's because of all of this. Like you have this weird river, right? That's toxic to Spyro unless he has this ability that you see with the timer on the right hand side, and that timer is pretty fast, so you can't really stay in this weird liquid for very long. And there's a lot of gems down there, so you have to be really strategic about how you go in this weird river and how you maneuver through it.
Shout out Chad, the dragon egg that Nitro just picked up. Any Chads in the chat?
Any Chads in the chat?
Yeah, Lost Fleet. It feels like it's kind of the emblematic Spyro 3 level in a way that it's so long and there's so much to do, and it kind of like it almost becomes like its own hub world, right? That it's got this main level, and then it's got several different subsections that you have to complete.
Mm-hmm. It's not as like I don't want to say linear. Like it is. It's still linear relatively, but like it's just not as straightforwardly linear, intuitively linear, maybe is the word. I don't know. It's just there's something about it that gives you the heebie-jeebies. You just don't like it, you know?
Yeah. Heebie-jeebies. Put that in my book of quotes to pull out sometimes.
So it looks like we have, yeah, all three. We have Hypno and Zach and one in the Speedway. The Honey Speedway. My favorite Speedway.
Yes, we've got 3 players in Honey Speedway, and then we've got Nitroff on his own in Lost Fleet doing this
Yes.
little
Doing
submarine mission.
this little submarine challenge.
To get Dolores.
Hypno holding his up. So now, that's like another thing, right? So you've done this challenge in Lost Fleet with the submarine, and all is good, all is dandy. You got the egg, you're happy, the guy you helped out is happy, but just kidding, you have more to do. You have to collect all of these gems in here with that stupid timer. There's so many effing gems, and there's only like a couple spots that you can refill that timer for the guard or the protection that you need to swim in this weird liquid. And it's just a pain in the ass. And it's just time consuming at the end of the day. Just very mundane.
Yeah, it looks like some of these levels are taking like 10 minutes to speedrun, which is kind of crazy.
Right? Yeah, tedious is the exact word I would use to describe Lost Fleet.
Yeah, that's fair. Hypno is in the same level as Zack and Blunt, but only because he hasn't done Charmed Ridge yet.
Yes.
It's nice for him to look like he's level with them, I suppose.
I love this strat that they use in some of these speedrun levels where they actually run on the ground, like right there, Sam just did.
Yeah.
They run on the ground because it's faster than just flying, and utilizing any ground space in between the rings that you have to hit just to run and be that much faster. And I think that's cool because that's a technique that me as a casual player would not do because I know that I would F it up somehow and just crash. And as soon as you crash into like the water or the honey, you have to start all over again, right? So
Yeah,
I
and
don't
that was
know,
a change
man.
from
Mad
Spyro 1.
respect. Oh, that changed from Spyro 1?
Yeah, so Spyro 1, it was Spyro 2, they added the supercharge to speedways.
Mm-hmm.
So it's different in Spyro 1 where it's just like normal charge, but in Spyro 2 and Spyro 3, as you say, if you're flying over a large bit of ground, you're actually quicker to just go and charge on it, and you'll see them doing that lots and lots in this run, and then using the momentum of jumps until they start to fall, and then catching it with the fly.
So, I don't know if you've ever seen this, Callum, but have you ever seen a co-op Spyro run?
No.
So in SRT, it's possible to download like a mod and do like a co-op run. And it's
Right.
actually kind of fun, you know, if you want to play with your homies. But the fun part about the co-op run in
Got
Speed,
friends.
what if you have friends? I thought we were friends, but it's okay, Callum. It's okay. Anyway,
We are friends.
okay, good. Okay, good. Anyway, the broken part about the co-op run in the Speedway is that if you're like the main player doing so when you do like the speedways like this and you race against whatever you're racing against, you have one player doing the actual racing and you have another player that can just go like do whatever basically because only one person can race at a time. But the other person, if they run through one of those stars, like the boosts, it'll boost you. So you can just jump, like the other person could just jump in the star or just like go through the star over and over and it'll just keep boosting you as the actual like player determining who wins the race, you know what I mean? So it's pretty broken and pretty fun.
Slightly worried we've used up all our allowable references to SRT for this OG Spyro race.
Yeah, my bad.
Oh, no, I'm also very guilty of it.
It's fun to compare the two a little bit because they're just so different. And I think that like that doesn't mean that the OG is bad. You know what I
No,
mean?
for
I
sure.
think
I mean,
it definitely has its own quirks that make it a little bit more hard, right? So like not having the Sparks Finder, for example. I think that makes the game a little bit more fun, right? Because you have to actually go find stuff.
They both have their merits. We love both. I mean, Spyro 1 and 2, the games of my childhood, SRT, I took a day off work when SRT came out. That's not, no cap. I did
Okay.
that. I ordered it the minute it was available for pre-order, and I took a day off work so I could spend the whole day playing it.
I have no idea how Nitrop did it, but Karen just pointed it out. You can like lap skip in these like skateboard races. And I think it's easier to see in like the last like in the super bonus worlds when you have there's a skateboard level in there as well, or snowboard, whatever, same thing, but you can kind of like convince the game you've done a lap even when you haven't.
Means one less bit of skateboarding to do, which is a
Yeah.
dub.
So these skateboarding levels are kind of cool because if you do tricks, you get more boost. And then if you take out these crabs, you get more boost. If you hit the stars, you just get like a limited boost. But like, see what Nitrop did there? Just got a ton of boost. With his little flips in the air.
But it's another one where there is certainly, I mean, look at that wall glide as well to get up to this
I know.
raised area. That's so sick. There's a lot, there's different routes through it. So you see there's like branching paths, and it wants you to go around multiple times. And in these speedruns, we're obviously going to be trying to do this as few times as possible.
And you kind of have to do all of these weird, like go up on all these weird ledges and stuff because they have gems up there. So when you're doing 117 and you need all the gems, you have to go up on all these ledges to get all of the gems. So you can't really tell now because Nitrop already picked them all up. But yeah, so you have to take all these weird routes. You have to kind of conserve your boost and use it for jumps. If you're bad at the game like I am, I have to conserve my boost because I try not to do as many flips because then I'll just crash. But yeah, there's definitely some strategy when you're a little bit of a casual player.
These guys know exactly how much boost they're going to have at each point of the race, and when they're going to get certain things. They're not like us, just going round and round until they finally manage to get to this.
Hoping and praying, yeah.
Yeah. Because we can see Zach is clearing that up as well, getting the last bits of gems that he needs in this Lost Fleet skateboarding race. These ramps are sometimes such bait because you try and jump off them and then you crash. It's sad.
And kind of landing the skateboard can be a little bit finicky too. You have to make sure that it's pretty level with the ground, otherwise you just crash.
You just crash, and that's not the game.
And that is not the game.
That's
You see
next week.
Hypno finishing up one of the challenges in Charmed Ridge with the Jack and the Beanstalk themed. Or no, we're just starting it. Maybe. Yeah, just starting it. Sorry.
Is next week Thanksgiving? Or is
Yes.
it the week after?
Next Thursday, the 24th.
Next Thursday is Thanksgiving. So I think we're off for Thanksgiving weekend. But then we are back the following 2 weeks with Crash 1 and Crash 2. And then obviously the final Sprash Vecta. So you've got 3 more weeks of Sprash League after this one.
It feels like it's gone so fast.
It has. It's, it's been 3 weeks, and all the events have been. Oh, I'm having trouble with this mushroom here. There you go. You're trying to do the thing you talked about earlier. You're supposed to jump up on something to get onto the mushroom.
You're supposed to use like the daisies to jump onto the mushroom, but instead of doing that, Sam and the other players are like, oh, "Fuck that!" and just jumping right onto the mushroom to save a little bit of time.
So, I have in my head that the characters in Fireworks Factory that Nitrop is in right now.
Yes.
Handel and Greta.
Hansel. Oh yeah. I think that's their name, right?
Because it's not Hansel and Gretel.
Yeah, but I think they're supposed to be based off of like Hansel.
It's based on those classic fairy tales characters.
Yes.
In Spyro 2, they're in the level where you have to fight Bombo, the nappy-wearing terrorist.
Oh.
And this one also has kind of weird racial elements. So I'm actually thinking that maybe they're the bad guys?
When you say nappy, does that mean like a...
Like a diaper.
Okay.
Yeah, you go. I translated for you.
We see Nitroff going into one of the challenges in what is this level called again? Gosh, Fireworks Factory. His splits throw me off. Um, so this is a fun challenge where you just basically take out all these ninja Rhinox.
I'm up to Agent 9 in this level, aren't we?
Yes, there is an Agent 9 challenge in this level.
Gross. This is another example of how they got a little bit more inventive with some of these enemies as well. These bigger guys here, you can't flame or charge. You got to find rockets to spit at them.
Yeah.
Ling Ling, you finally made one. We're pleased. Glad you're here. Kongi shop.
Kongi, I'll ban you. I'm just kidding. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not.
You should ban Kongi.
I am not one of those hypno mods that bans Kongi. I hope you're doing well though, mate. I haven't seen you in a while.
We love you, Kongers.
Kongers.
So where is Hypno right now? He is doing some Sergeant Bird nonsense in Charmed Ridge.
Yes, he is in Charmed Ridge doing this weird Sergeant Bird challenge where there's like 3 stages, I guess you can call it, where you have these cat witches come flying at you in this room and you just have to take them all out with them hitting you first. And the strat here is, so now he can't stand on the floor, but the strat here is to just stand or just float right here and just keep shooting as they come out. It's pretty straightforward, but a little bit time consuming just because there is like 3. Oh, I see he missed one.
You got to camp the spawn. If you don't hit one, like Hypno just did there, they're a pain in the ass to hit.
Yeah, they are. And he actually got hit by that one as he hit it. So I'm surprised he still got the egg at the end, but I'm glad he did because redoing that is just a pain.
What's Nitroff doing? Is he doing the Agent 9 challenge as Spyro?
I guess so.
I
And
think
I am
he
not.
is.
He definitely is, but I have no idea how, and I don't know why. I apologize.
I was looking at Hypno and to turn my eyes back to Nitroff, and yeah, he's doing Agent 9. But yeah, so he's able to get into this level without using Agent 9, which is good because the Agent 9 controls in OG Spyro are pretty universally hated. But you pause the game, unplug and plug in your controller as you enter the level. Great, that's intended. Handle and Greta, that's it.
It's really, I also hate Agent 9 challenges and Agent 9 play because you have a weird camera angle. It's just not, I'm just not a fan. It's just weird.
Which looks absolutely cursed when you're using Spyro.
Yeah, it looks even worse. And now we see Nitroff entering my least favorite challenge of this whole game, which we were talking about a little bit earlier, Bad Dragon, where you fly around and shoot at these dragons until they break apart, I guess you could say. But if you don't hit them after X amount of time, they can regrow, which is really frustrating and super annoying. And they're just slightly faster than you and can turn a lot faster than you and quicker, and they're more agile, and they can also shoot at you, and I hate this level.
Don't know if it has anything to do with the sex toy brand Bad Dragon, but no, I don't know if that was an inspiration.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure on that one. Can't vouch for the decisions made there.
But yeah, this is this is the strat if you were playing this casually that you'd want to try and do. You just target one at a time and beat it down, because trying to do both, it's going to regrow and it's going to be an absolute nightmare.
Yeah. So you just try to do one at a time, and Nitroff just krilling it, honestly. I am so bad at this. This challenge alone takes me like 20 minutes. I swear.
Yeah. It's a tough challenge, and it's another good example of how being a Spyro runner is not just about being able to do the tricks and being able to do the, Spyro 2 like double jump and things like that, being able to manipulate the mechanics. Sometimes it's also about playing the game as intended in the most mechanically perfect way that you can, and that's what you saw Nitroff doing with that challenge, right? He wasn't doing anything not that wasn't intended by the game developers,
Right.
but he's doing it so efficiently that he's going to get it done way quicker than you or I could.
Exactly, exactly. Sometimes the only option is just go fast, and I'm bad at that, so that's
Sometimes
why I'm
when
a
you're
speedrunner.
speedrunning, you just got to go fast.
Just gotta go fast.
And again, he's still looking at a very good time here in that 2:58 pace. Don't mind that at all. And now it's Hypno's turn in Lost Fleet, which is
Ooh, ooh. So another
again.
fun. Oh, sorry. You can go
So I was
first.
just gonna say again, you saw one of the good things about having Hypno on the stream, and this is not a negative at all because we've talked about how good he is it does kind of show the way that an elite runner does stuff versus a good runner. You saw Nitroff with that cannon in Lost Fleet. He would spin around and he knew exactly where to shoot every time.
Yeah.
Whereas Hypno was taking a couple of shots at each bit to make sure he
Right.
got it. It's the confidence of knowing exactly where you need to be.
I just that would never be me. You know what I mean? Like I don't know how Nitrop does it, but like and then even Sam does it way better than I would. It's like kind of insane. And like Lost Fleet specifically, sorry, my dog's freaking out in the background. Lost Fleet specifically, these weird cannons have cannon balls, and like I guess the other cannons and other levels like Icy Peak. Yeah, Icy Peak also have like I guess you could call them cannonballs, but they're more direct. Versus in Lost Fleet, they have an arc, and you have to hit those weird birds that are flying around, and it's really difficult when they have a weird flight path, and you have to counter in or factor in like the weird arc of like cannonballs. And I can't do it. I just suck at it. I'm gonna be real with you.
It's the same with the birds in Icy Peak. They're just such a pain.
Yeah, just not ideal. And you have to get them because they drop gems, right? And at the end of this, because it's 117, you need all of the gems. So therefore you need to get all of the birds.
Yeah, one of the fun little quirks of Spyro speedrunning is that all the completion routes for all three games have different numbers. You got 120 in Spyro 1, 100 in Spyro 2, and the completely random 117 for Spyro 3. So that's 17% from the super bonus round right at the end.
So we see Nitroff in this Bentley, I think is the Yeti's name.
Bentley.
Bentley Yeti level. I think this is his actual intended level.
Yeah, this is like his home world level.
This is like his home level. It's pretty straightforward. This one is nothing to really write home about. You just follow your little brother. You do what he asks of you. You hit some snowballs, cause a couple avalanches, I think. Maybe not. No, yeah, you did at the beginning. You cause like an avalanche so you can cross over. Fun fact, if you push that box over the edge, you get a skill point.
Nice. I'm honestly don't know that anyone else doing this race would know that you get a skill point for that.
Oh, really?
Shout out to you, Lexi.
Yeah. I spent a lot of time on this game doing weird things, seeing if I could just do it. You know what I mean? Like
Skill point percent could be your category.
You know, that's what I'm saying. We need something like that. We need a skill point percent in Spyro, and I want something similar for Crash. So, we need a fun Crash speedrun category, because right now it's just bland as fuck. I'm gonna be real.
Lexi with the hot takes on Crash speedrunning. And she'll be back for Crash 1 and Crash 2 in the booth.
Only if Kira needs help. I don't know a ton about Crash 1, but I know a decent amount about Crash 2.
I think we might have Kieran back for Crash 2 actually, because that's his strongest game.
Yeah, and I heard that you might be out. Which ones are you commentating, Callum? Are you commentating Crash 1 and 2?
I am doing Crash 1 and Crash 2, both of which I know nothing about.
That's exciting.
It's exciting for me.
I think you'll have a lot of fun. Crash is obviously fun.
Sure. I had no idea what was going on during Crash 3, so that was fine. Oh, Kieran says
He's-
Crash 3 is his best game. I'm sorry. But you're also very good at Crash 2, I think.
I think like as yeah. What Kieran said. Anyway, so we
He's awful at
see
Crash 2. Okay, fine.
we
Fine.
we see Zach. Oh, I was gonna comment on what they were doing, but I'm a little bit confused. Oh yeah, entering one
Yeah,
of
so
the
that was we actually saw Zach that time
yes.
doing the thing. So you pause, take controller in and out, and
Mhm.
and you get to play it as Spyro.
As Spyro and the agent, what would be the Agent 9. That's why you see Agent 9 at the bottom. That's like your health bar, I guess, is the 100 points at the bottom.
Yeah. And you're so
Doing
much quicker because you can charge.
exactly. Speedrun strats.
Yeah. Going fast.
Yeah.
Almost like that's what they're trying to do. Go fast. We're nearly 2 hours in, Lexi. How you feeling?
I know, this is insane. I'm feeling pretty good. Had a couple beers, kind of, just chilling and enjoying myself. How are you doing, Caleb?
Yeah, not bad. I mean, most of the other races have been over by now.
I mentally prepared myself for this, so I'm very excited about this. It doesn't feel like it's been 2 hours.
Yeah, I have to say, I think it's the same. It's definitely felt that way in the other two, the other 3 races we've done. Is that it does go by very quickly.
Mm-hmm.
You suddenly look up and you're like, oh, we're like an hour in now. It's been running for ages, and this is, yeah, 2 hours in, and these guys are still going fast.
Mm-hmm. Cranking away.
Okay, yep. That's a thing you said.
What? Is that mean something different where you're from? Because that means normal things here in America.
Sure. Lexi's cranking it. So that's
Okay,
fine.
way to make you weird, Kel. Anywho, we see what's happening now. So we see we
You said it's been
up,
2 hours and they're still cranking, and that. Come on.
but why? I don't get it. You're obviously I'm missing something. I'm missing something.
Yeah. Well, Bentley
Oh.
boxing. Bentley boxing.
Bentley boxing. This one kind of sucks. I always just kind of spammed the buttons. I'm gonna be real with you.
Yeah. And this is you actually getting to fight the Yeti. This is a. I said this in Spyro 2. So again, if you've not played a bunch of Spyro 2, you might remember in Colossus, this Yeti that you have to box as Bentley here, is like terrorizing the people in Colossus, and you gotta defeat him. That's what you're told you have to do. And as a kid, I remember thinking that's like a boss fight, and I like looked in, and he's fucking huge, and I was like, oh no, I don't want to do that. I'm gonna stay away. Turns out it's just a cutscene where he jumps up and down, and then the roof falls in on him. You don't actually have to fight him at all.
Interesting. I don't
But
know.
this is you actually getting to fight that Yeti now, finally.
Actually get to take him out.
Yeah.
I think there's only 2 rounds of the Bentley boxing. If you can get the other Yeti to like eliminate all of his health, I think it's only 2 rounds. It can be more if you don't get it within the allotted time.
Yeah, it's it's traditional boxing rules, right? So you've got time, and
Sure.
it's true to life. True, just like Yeti boxing you might see on television on a Saturday night.
Isn't wrestling fake?
No, wrestling's real, boxing is fake.
Oh, is that what it is? I thought they were all fake.
Yeah, pretty much. I'm not even discussing what's going on in chat right now. It's
I
more
don't even
cursed.
know. It's popping off, I guess.
It's more cursed than our conversation. Kongi showed
It
up and
really
everything.
is.
Everything went to hell.
Everything went to hell. God damn.
Speedrunning is fake. That's not true unless you're a Minecraft runner. Then it's almost certainly fake. Oh, I watched a really fun video about Minecraft speedrunning on shouted lowest percent for the Minecraft speedrun videos.
So Nitroff doing this Yeti boxing and he's cutting it close. Oh, but he got it. He got it. And I was sure he was gonna get it, but man, that got a little close.
Yeah, he had to go to the 3rd round there, so yeah, I don't think he
Mhm.
was particularly happy. Nitroff, like a few of these runners, Burger was particularly bad for this coming into the stream chat. Just just focus up, guys. What are you doing?
Nitro is just like a beast of a what's the word, like multitasker. Like
My favorite last week was when Burger wasn't on stream and he came in saying about how terrible his run was, and Kieran was like, "My dude, you're third. Chill.
like
My,
you're
br-
fine.
my brother in Christ, you're currently winning money. Let's chill out." Hypno having some lost
Hypnoso,
fleet problems, I
yes,
think.
having some lost fleet issues, sitting in this weird submarine, I guess you could call it.
We do always say this with the races. It is literally impossible for us to follow all four runners at once. So
It is.
if you do see something, feel free to shout it out in chat and we'll talk about it because
Yeah.
we do miss things.
We do miss things.
I don't know what happened to Sam in Lost Fleet there, but I saw someone say in chat, and then I turned and saw Sam shaking his head. So
Yeah. So yeah, we see Zach doing the weird glitchy floor thing to make it into the Yeti level, the Bentley level.
the weird glitchy floor thing.
The weird glitchy floor thing. We see Nitro and Frozen Altars. The first one to make it to Frozen Altars, not a shock. This level is pretty straightforward. There's a Bentley challenge and then a random.
Oh, there's this as well, the melting the snowman with the
Yes.
magnifying glass challenge.
Yeah, which is like pretty random. I always thought that was random. It's like because if you go near these giant snowmen, they just throw you. They just pick you up and throw you in the direction you came from. So it's just very random. So that's the only way that you can defeat them is with the weird laser beam.
Also feels kind of cruel, really. Just torturing these snowmen to death.
Mm-hmm. And true, as someone said in the chat, Frozen Altar Spyro has like the frosty. So that's why you can see him like freeze things and then use like the ice cube of what he froze, essentially the enemy that he froze, as like a stool to go on top of other things.
So is that Nitro finished with Midnight Lake?
I believe so, because I believe this is the cutscene where the sorceress makes the next enemy or the next boss.
Enchantress. Where does Enchantress rank between? I think probably better than Nasty Nork, but not as interesting as Ripto.
Yeah, that's where I would say. That's what I would agree with that.
Oh, this is a weird boss fight.
It is a weird boss fight for some reason.
It's a weird
Yeah,
gargoyle thing.
Scorch. I think like I like that the bosses use like that homeworld's like extra character. So like you unlocked and saved Bentley in this world, so you're gonna be using him in the boss fight. But they don't really do anything.
It depends though, right? Like in Buzz, Sheila literally does all the damage.
She doesn't do it. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You push him into the lava and then she like does a ground pounder, whatever you want to
Speaking of
call
a
it.
Buzz, there he is.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. That's Scorch. It's always confusing to me that it's called Scorch because there's a level in Spyro 2 called Scorch.
Yeah, Scorched boss. And then we'll see Nightroff going into the Dragonfly level for Evening Lake.
Evening, like that's it. Thank you, everyone. If you think I'm clueless about this, tune in 2 weeks' time for Crash. Yeah.
Woo!
I don't know what anything's called.
Hold on. Uno momento.
Let's just leave there be an awkward silence while Lexi's
I'm
coming in.
sorry. I'm like trying to like calm my dog down. She's a little insane. So I'm yelling at her and I didn't want it to get picked up on stream.
Kieran, I want you to carry me like we're in The Bodyguard. Whitney Houston playing. That's what I want. When Kieran says he's gonna carry me, that's what comes into my head, and it feels wonderful. All right, so Frozen Altars for Blood and for Zach.
Oh, yeah, Frozen Altars. Yeah, let's go.
Fireworks Factory for Hypno, whereas we're in the Sparks level of Evening Lake for Nitroff.
Night-
Nitroff still very clearly in the lead in his
Nitroff just
category.
booty, picking up the Sparks level egg and just kept picking up some of these.
You see,
mediums.
he did lose some time in Bentley boxing. Lost about 30 seconds almost from where he was. Not quite sure what he's comparing against. It's obviously not his PB.
Yeah, I can't read text that small, so.
It's he's running to a 3-hour time. So yeah, he's on pace for about a 2:58. Looks like Blunt is on pace for about a 3:06. And it's maybe like a 3:07 for Zach. So they're pretty close. I don't know how anyone else is doing. Yeah, so the Bentley boxing is a lot of that's RNG, right, with the blocks and stuff. So you can kind of get walled by that RNG in the same way you can with fish.
Yeah, it's a little wonky, and I feel like there's a little bit of delay. At least maybe that was just me, but like it's hard to react quickly to what the opponent Yeti is doing when there is a delay as significant as what I felt when I used to play. So it just kind of sucks that much more.
I think it's Bentley's move animation is really slow. Like his attack animation is really slow, and you can and canceling out of it is either difficult or not possible. And it feels like your opponent can move way faster than you, and it feels very unfair.
A little wonky.
A little wonky. I'm enjoying your adorable descriptions of levels that are absolutely positively broken. A little bit quirky. Little
am
off.
I being made fun of? I'm not sure. I don't know how.
No,
I'm
I think it's adorable, and
okay,
I think it should never change.
Okay, perfect. Oh my god.
I think your optimism is heartening.
Oh, so
this is the final. This is the final homeworld, right? For Nitroff.
Midnight.
And you haven't seen any of the cutscenes, but that bunny lady, Lola Bunny, she wasn't on your side, but she's on your side now.
Yeah. At first she was Midnight Mountain. Thank you, Kieran. Yeah. So at first she's like, I am on Team Sorceress. # Sorceress. And now Bianca, I think that's her name, right? Kieran can. Yeah, she a baddie. Kieran's a huge fan. Now she and Hunter kind of have a little.
Get your furry shit out of my commentary. I've said this before.
So we
I don't want it.
We see Nitroff technically.
Not on my Christian speedrunning broadcast.
I don't know if we could go that far, but anyway, we see Nitroff technically on what is the final boss of the game. So if you were doing like any percent, this would be your stop point. But this is just a first go at her, I guess. That's so bad.
I'm gonna go on her.
This run. And okay, I just got that weird ad Twitch thing, but regardless, so the point of this, or I guess like the goal of this boss fight, is to just use these beautiful cannons that we were just complaining about, to shoot at her and eliminate her health in this tiny little ring. And as you get further into the boss fight, these weird cannons turn into, like, they're more mobile. So now you kind of have this weird tank thing, right? So you can move around versus before it was stationary. And then I think the third form of like the tank that you use is more like a spaceship.
Yeah, it's a flying saucer that you got from Hunter's friends. Because you're in on it, and Hunter's gonna turn on you.
Plot twist: you're actually a UFO.
Yeah, Spyro is
an alien.
He does turn up in people's worlds and flies about. You know, he's a creature, not an object. Show him some respect. So yeah, you see him doing the Agent 9 challenge in Fireworks Factory as intended with the the first-person shooter
Yes.
controls.
Yes. And you can see the crosshairs are just like a weird circle, and it's like this weird, I don't know. It's
the same.
very
It's the same crosshair as you have with Spyro. It's just the same. When you're like spitting something with Spyro.
Oh, yeah. Yep. When you have like the rockets that we were talking about earlier with those weird
Yeah.
like metal giant. Yeah.
They didn't
but you
actually
just-
give you anything, useful for a
Yeah.
first-person shooter layout level.
No, like it's literally garbage. But alas, we schmoove. We see Sam just
Fighting Big
yeah.
Donovan.
Yes, making it through.
And again, you're seeing Nitroff do these wall rides to get
Yes.
to reroute these Sparks levels, which is very cool.
It's interesting because those ladybugs. Okay, these ladybugs triggered, but the other ones didn't seem aggravated by what he did. And I thought that's kind of interesting because they normally just like start charging at you.
Yeah, the Sparks levels, the creatures are quite easy, but they do come in quite large hordes and can get out of hand pretty quickly.
Yeah. The thing that really carries you in these Sparks levels, in my opinion, is strafing. At least that's like, yeah, I need it. Otherwise, I would suck at this. And we see one killing or going after Scorch now with Bentley. And he's down. Moving on to the next world shortly.
So yeah, Zach and Blunt do feel really quite close.
They do.
I do think Blunt is ahead because he's further
Yeah.
behind on the timer, but it's they're pretty close into where they are right now, and there definitely could be a world where Zach overtakes.
Mm-hmm. Zach just now getting to Scorch.
Nitrov is finishing off this final Sparks boss, which means he will have the basket breaking power up. Now just cleaning up this level to get the final gems and all that. Gubbins.
Oh, Sam in Bad Dragon. Just picking up some of those few gems.
Yep, gotta get that basket. That does help. But still running very well.
Yes.
Hypno, nearly 3 minutes up on his not his PB. I think it's probably averages that he's running against. He does like to run against averages. He likes to see the blue rather than the red, and I can't say I blame him.
Yeah, I feel like it's easier to be more positive when.
That was a gold fireworks factory, by the way.
That's insane.
Sam.
Let's go.
So he's now nearly 4 minutes up on where he was. He made up over a minute 20 almost in fireworks factory, that's schmoovin'.
Yeah, that is schmoovin'.
He be schmoovin'.
He be schmoovin'. Alright, we see that Blunt is in the Dragonfly level for Evening Lake, which is like sea themed, I guess. Seashell, beachy themed.
Yeah, sure.
With the starfish and stuff, and we see Zach not that far behind, just starting that Dragonfly level as well.
Yeah, they're in the same level quite a lot of the times. Oh, here's the Lara Croft ripoff.
Yeah, and then I look away from Nitrop for like 2 seconds, and man has already finished the level. It's freaking insane. I
Speaking
just
of
don't.
furry shit, it's the Lara Croft ripoff.
Yeah. He's in.
Oh,
What is
Nitro
it?
trying to get a proxy there, but didn't quite manage it to get up on that ledge. There are proxies in all 3 Spyro games, which I do. I really like. I really love the proxies in the OG games.
I forgot the name of this level. I really should know these.
Desert Ruins.
Thank you, Count. Desert
I don't know what
Ruins.
size screen you've got, but I can read his splits.
I have a tiny screen, and my like streams are like loading weird, so it's like blurry right now.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? You know, when like your computer is just being kind of like slow and like
Kind of
you're
notch
in a
moving.
slow, kind of notch moving. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like
Sometimes the
kind
computer would just be notch moving.
Also, Nitroc has meme splits, so.
Yes, but helpfully this one is just called Desert Ruins. And
Oh
from
yeah,
that,
now I can see it.
from that I could figure out
You
what it
can
actually is.
deduce.
Yeah, unfortunately he's now too far ahead of other people that other people's splits are no longer useful for figuring out what level Nitrop's in.
Yes. Unfortunately. So we see that Blunt has now made it to the final homeworld as well. With Zach not that far behind. And Nitroff in a Desert Ruins challenge with Sheila. This one is fucking easy. You just make it to the end and you win. Pretty straightforward.
Yeah, I don't know about you though. I always feel like some of these jumps Sheila makes in this one, you're like, I don't know if she's gonna make that, but it
And
does.
she does. And you're
Yeah,
like,
it's fine.
okay. Yeah, you don't really fight it, you know what I mean?
Yeah. So Sorceress for Blunt.
Mm-hmm.
So as you say, any percent complete.
Mm-hmm.
GG.
GG.
I don't know if we have any other updates from how other people are doing around the league.
Yeah, around the league. So I have Hammerhead Labs open, and he is in the skateboard level in Lost Fleet. So not too terribly far behind. Let's see who else we got. I don't know who else is streaming.
Whoever how's New Jar doing? If New Jar and Spudley, they're two I would keep an eye on.
Mhm.
Let's see if I can find New Jar. Is he in this race? I'm sure he is. Yeah, he is. There he is, right at the bottom. Sad. Sorry, just checking my cat jumped on
Yeah.
something and tried to kill me. That's fine.
Oh, that's casual. Casual cat murder.
So Spudley's still in the previous homeworld. He's
Mm.
on Bentley Boxing right now.
Mhm.
And New Jar. Let's see where New Jar is, because New Jar is currently 4th in the SPRASH League. So
Ooh,
where he finishes here, getting a good time. He is in Bentley's Outpost.
Ah, okay.
So a little bit further behind of Spudley Man. But
Oh.
Spud and New Jar, Spud's 11th in the SPRASH League, 88 points so far. And New Jar in 4th place with 130. So New Jar has a really good shot to make the Spinal Splash Vector. So you'll be hoping for a decent time here to try and help him do that. He's pretty much level with where Hypno is right now. I don't know if they've done all the same levels, the same route, but they're in the same level.
Yeah, so Callum, how does one make it to the final Splash Vector finale?
Well, it's real easy. You get 100 points for winning a race, and the points then taper down depending on how many people take part in the race. You get points for every finish, so no matter how long it takes you, you do get points if you finish. So if you're trying to get into that final league, you got to finish as many races as you can, and that's why we're saying Hypnoshark finishing 8th in a bunch of these races could be enough to get him into that final Splash Vector, because it's all about the consistent finishes in and around the kind of top 10, I suppose. But the winning individual races, like a couple of individual races, is not necessarily going to be enough to get you into the Splash Vector. You've got to be able to have a good showing over the whole thing. And obviously the Splash Vector will be open to everyone, but it will just be the top 4 of Splash League will be competing for that unknown prize pool, but it's going to be higher than the
Gonna
160.
be some cash money. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, we're competing for 100. Shout out Dale for the raid.
Shout out Deo, man. Notorious Spyro 1 runner. Super dope guy.
Yeah, ran Spyro 1
All
and
good
Spyro
things.
2 in the Splash League. Obviously, won Spyro 1.
Yes.
Put on a virtuoso performance in that race.
Great homie. Met him a couple times at some speedrun events. Shout outs to him for being awesome. And shout outs again for the raid, TY.
One of the most entertaining speedrunners out there, I think, Dale.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's
Oh.
pretty. That's not a controversial opinion.
Not at all.
I see some more Sparks wall running from Blunt here.
Mm-hmm. skipping over some areas to get to the final boss, I guess, of the Sparks level, which is like this centipede thing. I don't know what you would call it, but easily took it out. Boom, got the egg. Now I just gotta make way back and get some of these gems.
Orange Deity, I think you'll be surprised how many people do try at least do a run of all 6 games, even if they're not particularly well versed in all 6 games. But yes, I think the fact that Hypnoshark has such, has decent times in all of these games, kind of top 30 in all of these games, mean he's probably one of the favorites to make that top 4.
So we see Nitroff. So this is weird. I love this, and I think this is crazy. But Nitroff is playing in Agent 9, the Agent 9 level right now, I should say, I guess. But when he's walking around casually, he kind of like glitches Agent 9 to walk faster. Because he's kind of relatively slow, but he can like twitch along and be faster. I don't know how else to describe it other than
like a zigzag, right? And that's like a tweak.
Yeah, zigzag is like kind of like OG Crash,
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah. If you've seen like
that's what I was referencing.
Yeah, like Potty or anybody that plays OG Crash, right? Their hands are like you would swear they're gonna break the controller.
Yeah. And it's almost the same technique with Agent 9, which is kind of cool. But yeah, you see how fast he can run there.
Yeah, look at that.
It's wild.
Looks pretty funny too.
Yeah, but you're right. I think that's, again, another problem with the side characters, is I think they all have pretty slow movement. Which is another problem. Because it just, when you're used to going, charging everywhere with Spyro.
Yeah.
And when you've got these really slow characters that you don't care about because you've not had 2 games to get invested in them.
Right. At least you can use Agent 9 to be this glitchy masterpiece and schmove. He's schmovin', as we're talking about in chat, but
yeah.
And then there's like this weird like hidden. It's not technically hidden. It's just not something that you would like think to do. I guess. I mean, you just have to take out all of these Rhinox on the speedboats, and then you get an egg, like randomly in the middle of the level or towards the end of the level.
Yeah, that's what I kind of meant when Spyro 3 doesn't necessarily explain or handhold you as much as Spyro 1 and Spyro 2 are, where it was, very clear, hey, Spyro, go do this thing.
Yeah, right.
Whereas you're just going to have to be like, hey, I wonder what happens if I shoot these speedboats.
Yeah, I wonder if I'm supposed to do this, but we shall see.
And you shoot one, and then a timer, like a counter starts going up, and you're like, oh, well, I guess that's a thing I need to do.
So we got Blunt in Desert Ruins, and we have Zach about to pop into Desert Ruins, I think. Maybe not. Just taking out money bags for some more gems.
The most satisfying part of Spyro 3.
Seriously. F that guy. He sucks.
Why did it show that Nitroff already had that egg from boats? I don't know. I was wondering that myself.
Did it
SRS?
say you already have this egg?
It did. I was wondering that myself, but I assume it must be intended. So if someone can explain that, that would be awesome. Yeah. But yes, I did see that. It's a funny glitch that happens. Okay, cool.
That's so funny.
Funny. It's quirky. It's so quirky.
It's so quirky.
Oh, it's just crazy. A glitch. Cool. Great. Just awesome.
So crazy.
Just so out there.
So crazy. Oh my god.
So funny.
We see Nitroff finishing up this Agent 9 level. Finally, I feel like he's been here forever. That's the other downside to this Agent 9 level. You have to like use these weird Saturn-looking bomb thing. What the?
Sure.
Oh, I was really hoping that Nitroff would make that. But yeah, you have to use these weird bomb things, right, to break open those like heavier chests. But most of them are at the beginning of the level, so you have to go all the way back to the start. And as you see Nitroff just do, he went from the end of the level to the start of the level using some weird glitchy movement. And now we see Sam Hypno back at the cat hockey, which is a very cute minigame. I am not gonna lie.
Pretty good. It's pretty good. I don't mind.
And they're so cute. They're just a little adorable little cats. I like how the cats stay in your goal because there's a scratch post. It's cute. It's cute.
I mean, you are selling that. You are selling it to me, Lexi. We're 2.5 hours in, but you are kind of
See?
selling it to me.
It's because it's got cute little things like cat hockey, and it's got some cute NPCs, and they're kind of dumb, but they're cute, you know. Plus, like, look at the little lizards in Midnight Mountain. So cute.
I completed Spyro 3 once on SRT, just so I could say that I'd completed the trilogy.
You got to go back and play it, OG.
Yeah,
Oh.
totally.
So we see Nightroff in Crystal Caves, and you know, this level's kind of cool too because there are some challenges that you play as Spyro, not like another character, where they utilize the map that you're already on, right? So they don't take your challenge and bring you to another spot. You do the
Yeah.
challenge within the level. And I like that. I like levels that do that because they just feel so open and it feels like more fun. And it feels like there's little secret along the way that you find, but like you can only get there by doing like the challenges. I don't know. I think it's cool. I think it's cute too.
No, we talked about this before. I think it's
Yeah.
the side characters feeling like they're almost in their own video game,
Mm-hmm.
disconnected from Spyro and the worlds that Spyro's in, is part of the problem with the side characters. So the ones that are not, that are well integrated, are kind of the examples of how it should work.
Yeah, and I think it's more. I wish they did that more. I guess is what I'm gonna say here because like even right now, if you look at Blunt in this weird challenge,
Swim in air from Nitroff.
yeah, swimming here from Nightroff, just hanging out. But what you see Blunt doing right now, this challenge, I think this isn't still in. Yeah, this is still in Desert Ruins. Like what? Like look at this challenge. Like I wouldn't. Like it just seems so random to me. Like and it always kind of did. This challenge specifically.
Elkcher, is that not a reference to a footballer who actually abused his cat? I think that is correct. I remember seeing that. I also am not a football fan, but I remember a footballer being a terrible person and hurting their cat. Was it? I think that's right. Don't watch the World Cup. Watch SPRASH League instead.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Boycott the World Cup, but do not boycott SPRASH League.
Woo.
Bentley just absolutely standing there for Sam. You are right that Bentley does absolutely nothing in this level against.
Yeah,
Storm.
no, it really is not much of a help to you, to be honest. He's just kind of there.
Yeah, just straight up blankly staring at you, standing next to the enemy.
Yes.
Cool. Thanks.
TY, thank you for your service. So now we see Nightroff in one of the Bentley, like whatever challenges, I guess, where you have to hit all of these hedgehogs, gophers. I don't
This
know.
one is so annoying because it's like I was saying with the last
hard.
Bentley with Bentley boxing, is his attack animation is so slow compared to their movement that if you miss them once, you're just not going to get them almost.
Right, and you want to react quickly, obviously, because you only have so much time to hit 20 of them.
Yeah.
But the downfall is that those cute little, I don't even know what those are, like elves, whatever that guy is, right? Wizards. Those cute little wizards will pop out of the ground too, and if you hit them, then you have to start all over. So it's like hard because you have to be paying a lot of attention, but also fast.
Yeah. Yeah, that's definitely one that took me a few tries.
Yeah.
This is a cool level. I do like the levels in Spyro 3 that are kind of like little islands, but don't rely on supercharge like they would in Spyro 1 or Spyro 2.
Yeah. They just kind of carry you with like the floaty. I don't know what those are called, but yeah,
Gliding and using the levels and stuff. I think that's always a lot of fun. So these are some of the better Spyro 3 levels, I think.
Nightroff getting that 10 gem and an egg, I think. The game is just looking a little wonky camera angle.
He was going around the back again to get into a portal quicker.
Yes, doing one of these weird slide challenges. This is one of 2, maybe 3. I think there might be one in the super level too, or like the super bonus level. I always struggled with this. It took me a long time to figure out the trick to these weird slide levels.
Yeah.
Not easy to control, easy to fly off though.
Yeah, again, they're another one that feels like it's very not like anything else from Spyro 1 and 2, and they really don't tell you how to do them. You very much will have to trial and error, and it will take you a bunch of attempts the first time.
Mm-hmm. Definitely, definitely.
That's that Sparks power up where Sparks breaks the baskets for you in full effect there, which is lovely.
So we see that Blunt and Zach are both in Agent 9 right now. That super, super fun level that we all know and love so much. And Sam's still at the Sparks level from Evening Lake. Soon making his way to Midnight Mountain with the rest of the crew.
The crew.
Crew!
Yeah. Yeah, Nitrov is just incredibly good at this game, and he's showing it.
I
right?
know, right? It's crazy. Like, it feels so unnatural. Like, it's just, I don't know, like, man was built to speedrun this game or something. I don't know.
He's trying to get a skip here in Haunted Tomb. Is that what it's called? Haunted Tombs? To get up here early. And get the egg for the end of the level.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. So that's him done. Get out of this level. Oh, wait, no. He has to do everything
A
else.
couple, yeah. Someone in chat talking about how they always use the D-pad for the slides. Same. Actually, I always use the D-pad anyway, but I'll always...
That was a slide challenge there that Nitrov just sidestepped.
Yeah, yep, just
Didn't bother.
just CBA. Just get them the egg.
He's working backwards through this level.
Yeah,
Which-
I've noticed that as like kind of a theme a little bit, which is interesting. I think actually this level, it makes sense to backtrack, and I'll explain why. So this level's kind of weird because you have these weird the big mummies that you kind of see, right? And that I don't think you can flame them, and you can't
No.
charge them because they're too big. So you have to pick up those weird balls that they throw. And but you also need to use those weird balls to damage and remove the like sarcophaguses, like coffins or whatever that the mummies come out of, right?
Yes.
So you
Sarcophagi.
kind of sarcophagi. So you have to use them for multiple things. And they also fall from the sky. Those weird balls that you can use to like take out these enemies in the sarcophagi. They also fall from the sky in the weird spots of this level where the rocks come falling down. So you have to be kind of strategic because if you like take out the mummy too fast, you're gonna have to go forward to pick up another one of those balls to go back and take out a sarcophagus.
Here's a fun out of bounds in
Oh.
Agent 9 to completely bypass most of this level.
Yeah.
Where you've basically got to fight
Just
waves
like
of enemies.
at the end. Just makes
Yeah.
it to the end. Takes 2 seconds.
There are waves and waves of enemies there that you're supposed to be beating, but
Yeah. But
no.
screw that.
And yet he was trying to jump up on that one, but in the end just took it out. And yet there's all these little challenges in this level. This one's a kind of tank challenge.
Mm-hmm. We see Hypno get into the Sorceress, round 1 of the Sorceress.
Still making up time. He's now 4:39 ahead of his
Mhm.
3:38 split, so he's getting close to a 3:33,
Mm-hmm.
which his PB is 3:32.
I'm rooting for him.
Pause. So I think yeah, 3:33:57 is his PB. So I actually kind of want to see his splits compared to PB right now.
Yeah, right?
Because he's what, 3:38:45 is 4:39 ahead. So he's about 3:34:06 pace. so he's maybe 9 seconds ahead, like behind PB,
That's exciting.
with
I'm
an
rooting
hour
for
of run left.
right. I'm rooting for you, Hypno.
Yeah, it'd be very cool to get a PB. We have seen a bunch of those in not on stream, but we've seen a bunch of runners getting PBs in the SPRASH league races, which is always awesome. No matter what level you're at, getting a PB at all is awesome, and getting to do it at an event like this is always cool. I mean,
Yeah.
I think I said this maybe last week or before, but when we did a 337 SRT relay, and insert Logic, who is an insane
Yes.
SRT3 runner. He got the first ever sub 3 hour 117 in the event, which was pretty cool.
Oh, insert Logic. I love Logic. He's a great guy.
Great guy,
But
hell of a runner.
a great guy, hell of a runner, super funny. Um, shoot, I was gonna say something and I totally just spaced. Oh, yeah, I think that's kind of the cool thing about Spyro League, right? Like, I'm not a runner, but I would feel totally comfortable joining this because it's just a bunch of like homies hanging out and playing the game. So even though we're only showcasing and commenting on like these 4 runners, right? There's a whole like VC going on right now with a bunch of people just playing this as well, right? And
Yeah, and
like,
at the end of this broadcast, we'll send you over to one of the guys who's
mhm,
kind of mid table, is going to be taking a little bit longer to do the run,
right.
so you will get to see that.
Right. So if you were ever interested in running like one of these games, I feel like this would be a fun opportunity to do it. Because even if it takes you a long time, like people are still going to be rooting for you and cheering for you. Which is always kind of fun. It's such a fun little community in that regard, you know? Like, because I know I would take forever to do these games, right? But like, people would still cheer me on, I think, which is nice. So,
The
pretty
cactuses
cool.
and dino mines, another great example of a thing the game should tell you but doesn't.
Mhm.
But I will say, controversial opinion, I quite like dino mines.
I love Dino Mines, to be honest
I
with
feel
you.
like people don't like it, but
It's cute. Look at the dinosaurs. They're adorable. I think this is one of the levels with like the absolutely dumbest egg on like the ledge. And I even think that the egg in the guidebook is called Leap of Faith. Because you kind of have to fly and turn around the corner and like hope for the best. Like
yeah.
Prage. And it's not super intuitive, right? So it's one of those like kind of hidden. But other than that, I really like this level. I think it's super cute. I really like the theme. I like the dinosaurs. I think that this like triceratops on this like whatever you want to call that is very difficult sometimes. But other than that, it's cool. It's cute.
I like the arcade game challenge as well, when you're shooting all the dinosaurs.
Yes, I love that challenge too. It's like one of the only Agent 9 challenges that I actually like. Actually, it is the only Agent 9 challenge I like.
So Nitro getting close to like the last 15 minutes of his run, which is kind of fun.
I know, it's so exciting. It feels like it came so quick. And
Yeah,
then we
and
see.
speaking of
Oh,
things that have come along too quick, it's time for me to do another donation plug. I haven't
oh!
done one in a little while, but exclamation mark donate. Of course, this event fully funded by Hypno and Kieran out of their own pockets to put on an event for the community. But if you want to help them out, help them get some of that cost back, you can give whatever you can to donate. And the more that comes in for donations, the more community contributes, then the more chance of Sprash League 2 happening. So, you know, if you want to see more events like this, you got to your hand in your pocket if you're able. And give us a little bit of cash.
Look, some of that cash money.
And we might bring Lexi back if you pay us enough.
Yeah,
If you
please
give us enough
donate.
money, we can afford Lexi again.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. True. I don't know if you guys knew this, but pretty high stakes commentator. Whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, that one.
Took a lot of money to get me on this race today.
Well, back and forth with your agent, but
Yeah, my people had to contact their people. It's insane.
yeah. Nitro is currently Sparksless, by the way, just for the
Which is interesting. And you know, this is I was about to when we were talking about how much we liked this level. This level can also do that to you. This level is really easy to be sparksless, in my opinion. Um, but you still, as Agent 9, have your health at 100.
yeah.
So you still have like your health, I guess, with or without sparks. So it's not like he's one hit away from death, but it's still kind of scary.
This just takes me back to playing Time Crisis 2 in the arcades. Shout out Time Crisis 2.
Shout out.
I nearly said Time Splitters 2. That's a very different game, but also a great game.
Also very good. Sam entering Desert Ruins. This level pisses me off. There's a lot of flying in this level on ledges that are like hard to
Big
get.
exhale from Sam there is doesn't really know what
Yeah.
happened with that.
Oh, yeah. See, this is exactly what I'm talking about. Like, look at this shit. Like, oh my god, what a pro. See, I can't do that. And it took him 2 times, and he's like probably beating himself up, and I'm over here like, look at this champion. What a homie.
What a pog champion.
What a what a pro.
He's a pro's pro.
He's the proest pro.
He's now over 5 minutes ahead of where he is. So 5:06, 33, 39. So has to find another 3:33, 30. Yeah, he's ahead of PB.
That's exciting. I'm rooting for him. We just saw Blunt do the same thing Nitroff did. Just screw that challenge. Just go straight to the end. Not deal with any of it.
I know Kieran's been keeping an eye on other runners. I don't know if he can give us another update on where other runners are to see where our
Yes.
where our competitors currently are. Obviously, Nitroff very much in the lead.
Doing his weird Agent 9 glitchiness.
It's just skating around.
Skating around.
It does look like he's on an invisible skateboard.
It really does.
Like he's snowboarding or something in the sand. I don't know.
In the desert.
Yep.
Sandboarding.
I'm sure that's a thing, right?
I think it is actually.
And you could see again talking about differences between runners. I don't know if we'll see Blunt do it, but Zach doing a slightly different version of the out of bounds that we saw Nitroff do in this Agent 9 challenge.
Mhm.
He did it from the beginning, whereas Zach went into the first area and then
and then busted up. Yeah, Blunt I actually didn't notice, but if they did it at the beginning or in the first area or not, but they already got that egg.
So I think we're almost at like 3 levels left for Nitro.
Mm-hmm.
This and 2 more, maybe. Oh, this is another of those
Yeah.
flying levels.
Like auto swim.
Yeah, saw one in Seashell, right?
Mm-hmm. Correct. In the first home world. This one being a little bit more difficult because they have these weird animations that happen, I guess. But when you played the game as much as him, it's no problem. No problem.
So Dan6049 is currently in 4th place. Nitroff, Blunt, and ZL are our top 3 that we can see on the stream, but Dan and Bomber are behind them. So Dan6049 is currently 9th in the SPRASH League, so he's one to watch for potential top 4. I don't know what his crash is like. That's the thing, you know, we've done one crash game and well, now this is the 3rd Spyro game. So it might look like you're nowhere near the top 4, but if you're actually a really good crash runner and the runners at the top are more Spyro runners, it's I think it's going to get much closer as we get done with Crash 1 and Crash 2.
Oh yeah. So my history is mostly in Crash Bandicoot speedrunning, if I'm being completely honest. Even though I think I might be more of a Spyro fan as far as gameplay wise, but don't tell any of them that. There are definitely some Crash Bandicoot runners that are a force to be reckoned with in the upcoming weeks as we finish out those 2 races before the final SPRASH Fecto.
You may now. My.
So Nitroff doing this final speedway,
Mm-hmm.
which is he's having a little bit of trouble with this bird.
Mm-hmm.
he, he really is struggling with this bird. There we
Really,
go.
really, yeah, that bird really did not want to go down.
So now he's got to do the race.
Mm-hmm. The race and then the hunter. UFO.
So Hypno's in about 8th place, which I think was hit where he was hoping to land. So after Bomber, Spudley, New Jar, Hypno, Toto, and Bucci. Bucci's another one, 14th. He's done a bunch of these races so far. Yeah, I hope everyone's having fun when playing their Spyro 3, living their best life.
Living their best life playing this game, which is fun regardless of somewhat popular opinion. I remember when I
think it
first
is
like
fun.
I
I
think
just
it is fun. I love this game. When I don't yeah.
I think it's fun. I just don't know if it's fun enough to play for 4 hours at a time.
For Night Trap it's only like 3 hours, so just
This is
get
true.
good.
You,
It sounds like
the
a skill issue if I'm being honest, Callum.
Yeah, I was gonna say there are two strategies to that, right? Which is either don't play it for 4 hours or get good.
Yeah, just get good. Yeah, I mean, this game is just long. I don't know. That's really its only downfall, in my opinion.
Yeah. So yeah, Dino Mines for Blunt. Zach is still finishing up Haunted,
Haunted Tomb, yep.
and we're now into midnight for Hypno.
Just took out money bags for all of the gems that we gave him. That asshole.
I hope Sam does switch to PB because I really want to see this PB run.
Yeah, I'm cheering for Sam. I mean, like you said, we always talk about how awesome Sam is, but it's true. Can't say enough good things about the guy. You can't help but root for him.
It'd be funny if this is the Spyro game that he PBs in the SPRASH League, considering the other two he's played way more recently.
Yeah, I think like maybe because he hasn't played it as much, maybe that would be what he would PB, But
Also fair to say, we haven't actually mentioned it. Super sick Hypno right now.
yeah. Super had a hella fever just earlier this week.
2 days off from streaming, which if you know Hypno, is the first time he's taken 2 days off from streaming in literal years.
Yeah, unfucking heard of. This guy is a machine.
Yeah, so he's not feeling great right now. So if he's able to pull off a Spyro 3 PB,
ill.
awesome.
Yeah, just awesome. Really rooting for him.
What a guy.
So we see Nitroff in the final speedway with the final hunter challenge, and this challenge is like kind of dumb. All you have to do is like follow this UFO and stay within the rings that come out of its exhaust. That's it.
I really enjoy this lore that we've made up about the hunter's obsession with UFOs.
Yeah, so if you think about it, this whole game is kind of weird because Hunter has this obsession with UFOs. Where did it come from? None of us know. And he also is like flirting with Bianca, that bunny that's gone from evil to good, right?
Yep.
So
He wants a piece.
yup. And then we have Hunter also kind of withholding eggs from us, which is the whole point of the game. So really, where does Hunter like sit? Is he an ally or is he an enemy? Because he's fraternizing with the enemy and holding on to eggs and wasting our time on this UFO shit. So like really.
This is what I need to find out. I'm sure, I mean, I know there's going to be fanfic that'll tell me, right?
Oh yeah. Oh, there definitely is.
You disgusting degenerate.
I'm just saying, what rule 36?
34
34.
is the one you're looking for.
That's what I'm thinking of. Yep, thank you. TY.
Got some more Agent 9 Dino Mines action going on.
Yup.
Actually, double Agent 9 on the screen because Sam is in Agent 9's lab.
What
What is rule 36 of the internet, chat? I want to know. Wrong answers only. What is rule
There
36?
is a rule 36. I don't remember what it is. Is that the one where women don't exist on the internet? I don't remember. That's a rule. So I'm not real.
Rule 34 is the porn one.
Yeah.
Rule 36, I want to know what it is. Rule 36 is
Don't play Story of 3.
Spyro 3 sucks.
So we see Nitroff in the super secret, not so secret bonus level. When I was a kid and I finally made it to this level, I like shit my pants. I thought this was the coolest shit on the planet. We just saw him do a little skip. So in this level, there's different doors. There's like 5 or something like that. And you have to collect gems within this level and from previous levels leading up to this. To open up all these doors, right? So you
I'd say
saw him do like
they
a
do a
skip.
really good job of making super bonus level feel really awesome because yeah, like
Right?
these huge arrays of gems that come at
Mhm.
you from the breakables and the enemies and stuff just feels awesome.
It feels so satisfactory because it feels like you did all of this work for a reason. And like even these challenges, like you've done this before. Like you did the submarine before. You've shot the UFOs out of the air before. There's a skateboard option or there's a skateboard level. You've done that before. But they're almost like fun versions of the earlier, in my opinion anyway. They're almost like more fun versions of the earlier levels, I guess.
Yeah.
And that makes it fun, right? Like you did all this hard work. Now you just got to get that last 17%.
Well, Nitroff is doing his best here, super bonus round. You know, he's passed his PB time a couple minutes ago, his world record time, but he's still looking at a decent sub 3-hour time.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm fairly confident he'll be the only one to hit 3 hours, to go under 3 hours in this
Yeah.
race.
100%.
Which, yeah, getting to do 117 in under 3 hours in a resetless environment like this, that's insane.
So again, this is the skateboard level that I was talking about. Super fun, a little bit more narrow as far as the track is concerned. But
The jet board, like it's like Marty McFly.
yeah, it's like a jet snowboard. As you can see,
Jets, jets.
so Nitroff here just tried to. Let me see if this will work. Yeah, so he like skipped half of the track, I guess.
Yeah.
And crashed, and then like went the wrong way, crashed, and then went the right way. He tricked the game into thinking he did a lap when he didn't, basically.
Yeah, he manipulated his respawn location.
Yeah, exactly. Super cool.
You can see him do it here.
Badass.
Yep. He goes, yeah, did it again.
Mm-hmm.
So he was practicing this before the race started. It's
Mm-hmm.
one of the things he was practicing. Because I think it's probably pretty difficult.
Yeah, probably, I can't imagine it being easy. I can't imagine playing any of this is easy. I can't imagine playing 117 in less than 3 hours is easy.
Less than 4 hours is pretty difficult.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we might go off the air today for this show with the fewest runners finished by the time we stop, because we're waiting for Hypno, but beyond that, it being such a long run, it could take people a long time to finish up. Not quite as long as when for Spyro, was it Spyro? It was a Crash 3. It was Crash 3, where Iron got called into work. He was taking so long that he got called into work early, left the timer on, came back, and then finished the run.
I love that.
And that is true elite speedrunning mentality.
That's true perseverance and tenacity. That's what that is.
Respect it.
Mad respect. See Blunt in the final speedway before finally hitting the super bonus round.
Yep, heading into SBR, and this is the final fight, right? So this final Enchantress fight is going to be the end of the time.
This is going to
be trying for a UFO proxy.
Yeah, we're gonna see him.
Yeah, he's gone this
Take
fight,
out
this
the
final
sorcerer.
second boss fight with the sorceress.
So the sorceress is it's really not that difficult, but if you mess up this like pattern of like this being level with her and shooting at her when at this weird turns that she does, it's really hard to get back into it. And there we go. And that's Nitroff finishing Spyro 3.
2:58:27, an elite time from an elite speedrunner, showing after the last couple of weeks he's been struggling on stream that when he's at home in his game Spyro 3, when he was built to run, he can put on a show for us.
Nitroff in chat.
No one else was in SBR with him. That's how far ahead he was.
Yeah.
His SBR was completely in a different league from CL and Blunt, who are behind him. 2:58 5x race time. It's a 2:59:20 actually on the race time for Nitroff, but it's all kind of academic because it's first place.
Yes. G's to Nitroff. Woo!
I don't know if he was maybe slow on the race time, but Kieran and Nitroff can figure that out. But whatever, it doesn't really matter because Nitroff wins the race.
Nitroff wins the race. Yep. As expected, to be
That's
honest with you.
$100 to the Nitrovsky.
Woo! Nitrovsky! $100 richer. Don't spend it all in one place.
No, please do spend it on one place.
If he just waited a couple weeks, he could probably use it to buy Twitter.
He could buy. I'm trying to do the maths. He could buy like 12 different verified accounts.
Dude, that's what's up.
So much impersonation.
Or 80. Wait, 12 is that what we decided? Or he could verify his own account for a whole year.
Yeah, there you go.
If he has one.
Your
I don't
prize
even
is
know.
a blue tick for a year. As if
What a fucking win.
As if Twitter is going to exist for a year. You can use those blue ticks to start a fake Spyro account and announce Spyro 4. That'd be pretty funny.
Or Wumpa League. You are in on that meme.
No.
Oh, well. I'll send you some stuff after this, Callum. It's just a copium. It's just a crash game. Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, we see we have Blunt and Zach both racing the seagulls in the final level. Or I guess Blunt just won. But
yeah, again, Blunt has the slower timer, and he's still a little bit ahead on stream, so it's looking like it's going to be Blunt and then Zach, but we will. It is very close considering this is
super close.
A 3-hour speed run. This is a pretty tight finish.
Yeah. All things considered. And we have Hypno just doing this really difficult. It's not difficult. It's just annoying.
You got these weird spin jumps. I remember this. This is the annoying elf mole bashing thing.
Yeah.
That we were talking about on Nitroff's like 20 minutes ago or something.
Yeah.
Because he's so fast.
Nitroff is just on another level when it comes to this game.
It looks like Hypno did lose quite a bit of time in Agent 9's lab as well. So has drifted away from PB pace.
A little bit.
But you can still get it back. So that's kind of what we're watching for after we see Blunt and ZL finish up.
Yeah, I lost a minute 30. My bad. The splits are super small. Yeah, sub 3 from Nitroff being pretty pog. Yeah, considering that this is, marathon luck, and all of that junk that goes into it, and considering his look earlier in the SPRASH League, super stoked for him getting that win. I mean, not shocking, but still really exciting and really happy for him.
Yeah, and there's a really good chance that means going into the Crash weeks, Crash 1 and Crash 2, I think he's almost guaranteed to be in the top 4.
Yeah, for the SPRASH Factor, for the final SPRASH Factor, which would be super fun. I would love to see Nitroff do a SPRASH Factor.
I think he's definitely got a really good shout of getting top 4.
Mm-hmm.
Burger dropped from the Spyro 3 race, so he's less likely to make the top 4,
Mm-hmm.
even though he's top of the league right now. But I think right now you would say Hypno, Newjar, Nitroff, and ZL probably the top 4 as it stands. But
Mm-hmm.
as I say, we've still got those 2 crash races. Week off next week for Thanksgiving, and then we'll be back with Crash 2 first, Kieran? I think. Pause.
Crash
Maybe
2
Crash
in
1.
3 weeks. Yeah, Crash 2 is in 3 weeks.
Crash 1. Crash 1 in
Yep.
2 weeks. Crash 1 in 2
2
weeks.
weeks.
Crash 2 in 3 weeks.
Correct.
And then in 4 weeks,
Dun, dun, dun.
Perfecta.
Are you doing commentary for the Splash Fractal there, Caleb?
I think I will be involved with some of it. I don't plan on staying up commentating for
Or
14
plus
plus hours.
plus hours. That is fair.
I think we'll probably take some shifts. I don't know. Maybe we can get you back.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
some of it.
yeah.
Maybe the big man. Maybe the big man can work that out with your people.
My people. Yeah, I'll see if I'm open. Actually, Kieran, do you know do we know the date of the Splash Fractal? Like
17th
the 17th
of December.
of December. That works. I am coming
Nitro
back.
for the fat raid. Well done again to Nitro.
The winner of this race, Nitro. GG's again, man.
Yeah, hell of a time. A sub 3 hour in a race environment is absolutely insane. So,
Especially on this game, I tell you.
I mean, a sub 3 hour in Spyro 1 wouldn't be that impressive, yeah. So, I probably wouldn't be commenting on it.
Yeah, we already talked about what he was going to spend his winnings on.
Yeah.
Excuse you, Kieran. It's already been decided. He has decided.
Yeah, 17th of December for the Splash Factor.
Yeah, I am coming back from LA the day before, so I will be home, Kieran, if you guys need help. And
Let's take this offline. Let's work this. Let's
yeah,
talk to our
yeah,
people.
for sure.
So some more SBR action going on for these two, but we're going to see another run of Haunted Tomb, Dynamines, and Harbor Speedway. I think that's the 3 levels left for Hypno before SBR.
I think so.
And he did lose another 10 seconds in Crystal, but I think there's got to be time to be found here. So I'm hopeful of the PB, but even if he gets close to PB, getting close to PB again in a race environment is pretty insane.
Learn more about their channel. Visit Nitrovsky. Yeah, we see.
Well, I'd tell you that this is quite interesting. This is the first time, and I don't know if this indicates whether or not he's planning to take part in Crash 1, or if it's the fact that there's 2 weeks. It's the first time we've had him on stream. For the past 2 weeks, we've had Nitrov on stream. He has immediately finished one race and started practicing for the next weeks.
Taking a little break now, I see. Well deserved.
Oh yeah, very well deserved. Also, if it's he's just done 3 hours as opposed to a shorter run, then yeah, taking it easy because there's no race next week. That's totally fair.
That's exactly what you should do. And Thanksgiving, I think you celebrate potentially. So family time, hopefully, maybe, or at least a break, hopefully.
Yeah, I'm just happy for a week off from doing this. Add someone else, and I just got. Yeah, I think Kieran's got a. Oh, he's Canadian, so no Thanksgiving for him.
What? They don't celebrate? Okay, anyway.
Well, they do, but they celebrate it a different time. Canadian Thanksgiving.
Oh, do they? Oh, that makes sense.
It's in October.
And we don't care about it. Oh, JK. For some reason, I thought that they did in Canada. Anyway, so we have.
See, look at this in SBR. This just looks.
Yeah, it's just so satisfying.
Sitting watching that chest, I love it.
Yeah, just cha-ching.
Dr. Turbulence asks if we can start a fantasy Sprash League. We're a bit far in now, but maybe next time, maybe if you hit that donate !donate, then we'll do it next time.
Yo, I totally would help run a fantasy Sprash League.
Oh, UFO proxy.
Oh. Oh.
UFO proxy from
Proxy.
Blunt.
Oh. Oh. Ho, ho, ho.
Awesome. Oh, he's got it again. Oh, this is good. This is good.
Oh my god.
Yeah, there you go.
Jeez,
UFO proxy.
look at that. Nice,
Just
nice.
swag. So that will come in on the race time in a second. We're waiting for him to. He needs to hit finished on both race time GG and obviously splits. 3:07:37 on the screen. 3:09:19 it comes in at race time. Might be slightly quicker than that. But second place for Blunt.
Second place. And honestly, like a 3-hour 10, really not that bad, or like sub 3-hour 10. Like that's not
yeah.
bad at all.
We see here ZL's going to be looking at a 3.9. He's going to try and keep it under a 3.10.
Just got a couple
Yeah, good
more.
job, Blunt. Really did.
Yeah.
It was a little bit close between Blunt and ZL at one point right at the start, but I think Blunt did really well to establish a solid lead over ZL in the mid game and closed it out really, really well. So yeah, shout out to Blunt.
Shout out.
Yeah, he did also die a bunch.
Yeah, yeah. Handful of times and managed to come back and get that second place.
Yep, second place does take home $40, so that would get you 5 months of a blue tick.
Yeah.
We're gonna see ZL go for the proxy as well.
Yes.
Doesn't get it. Doesn't get it. But Nitroff didn't get it, so you know.
Yeah. So you know.
It's not mandatory.
No. Still plugging away with the sorceress.
So it is going to be over a 310 for ZL. If he got the proxy, maybe we would have been able to get it done, but
Maybe, yeah.
still going to be a really nice time, and it's going to
Yeah.
take third place.
Just barely over that 310 mark, it looks like.
3:10:48 on the race time. So yeah, third place for Zach takes home our final podium place.
Jeez.
$20 prize money going to ZL, and he's had a couple of good finishes, so I'm sure that'll add up. But yeah, another great haul of points for the guy currently sitting third in the SPRASH League. He's the highest current finisher in the table to have finished already, so that gives him an advantage over the people above him.
Yes. In the overall SPRASH League. And now this is the fun part of this run where we just make fun of Hypno the entire time. Just kidding.
I thought we were willing him onto a PB.
I'm still rooting for the PB. I'm still rooting. Don't get me wrong.
Kieran, if you're going to swap other people in, just let us know so we can watch the right streams. Thanks. We're just watching Sam with a overlay over him right now.
Yep.
Fun.
Yep.
Fun.
Adds a whole new element to the race.
I think Kieran might be doing that while he's figuring out who else.
Yes.
So just bear with us a second because we're not really geared up for switching streams. That's not really the point of the broadcast. But of course, Kieran doing everything to run this event and run the stream by himself. Yes. So shout out Kieran.
Shoutouts to Kieran. I give mad shoutouts to Kieran actually and Sam for putting this all together, but especially Kieran because it's not always easy to see the behind the scenes work that goes into this. But
and if you want to show your appreciation, there is the donate link. As I say, this event is fully funded by Hypno and Kieran for the community, but if they can recoup, if you want to help recoup some of those costs and give them budget and money to fundraise, to put towards future events, a future installment of the SPRASH League. If you want to see more like this, the best way to ensure that Kieran will keep running events and Sam will keep running events is to give a couple quids, couple dollars, couple of yuan, whatever you got.
Couple kroners, couple quid, couple pesos,
All right, Dynamite's time.
Dynamite's time. Let's go. And then the Speedway. And then we're in the home stretch for Sam here.
Yeah, just Dino Mines, Harbor Speedway, and then SBR to go.
Mm-hmm.
And he's trying to get a 334 certainly looks possible right now, which would be
Cool.
a great time. Are cryptos accepted? I don't know if Stream Elements takes crypto. They shouldn't because it's not worth anything, but they might do. Dan6049 is finished in 4th place as well, actually less than a minute behind ZL.
Oh shit!
3:11:32 on the race time, so yeah, about 45 seconds behind ZL, so narrowly missing out on a top 3 place. But again, Dan currently 8th in the SPRASH League. That's going to move him up towards that top 4. So I think the competition for top 4 places is definitely going to heat up a little bit.
There we go, getting some new streams up. There we go.
I've just seen that Bomber Cash just forfeited as well. Bomber Cash was in the top 10 at one point. So I don't know what went wrong there. But yeah, something went wrong, unfortunately, with that. See, Kieran's getting some streams, some different streams going for us. We're going to have Nujar in the top left, I believe. Toto in the bottom left. And I'm not sure where that... And that's Butulism in the top right.
Mm-hmm.
So you change the labels and hopefully give us a different multi-twitch to look at, please. So yeah, they're all in around this final homeworld. We see another Haunted Tombs for Booch, and then Agent 9, and whatever that other one is called. The one with the speed level. Elliot. I'm just watching some fine Dino Mines action.
Mm-hmm.
From Sam. Breaking into that jail to get the sheriff out. That's the real story here.
That's, yep. Game over. That's it. Especially done. We saved the sheriff. We win. Or Sam wins.
And just watching out on the race time for any other finishers. No one else finishing so far, so 5th still up for grabs. And again, 5th's gonna get you a lot of points. Oh, the beautiful man sent me another multi-twitch.
Yep, just got that too. Amen.
Because Kieran's a gamer. Shout out, Kieran.
Kieran
for switching
is
up the
the best.
broadcast.
Kieran is my favorite.
We'll be here for another little bit for you. Calling some more hot Spyro 3 action. Yeah, Nujar in Harbor Speedway, which is the second last level before SBR. So Nujar in a pretty decent position to get 5th place.
I would say so, yeah.
And then you've got Dino Mines for Butchism and for Kieran SR, of course. Streaming, bottom right.
Yep.
And Toto is in the home world, cleaning up some gems just now. I'm not sure what level. Going to Crystal Island, so I think a little bit behind the other 3.
Little bit, yep.
So yeah, looks like at the moment it's going to be Nujar coming in 5th, and then probably Hypnoshark in 6th.
Yeah, that would be my guess. Yeah.
I'm really interested in what happened to Bomber Cash. I don't know if they're in chat or if anyone knows what happened to Bomber Cash's stream, because Bomber Cash was on for a good finish. But that's opened the door for some of these guys to get into that top 8. We're probably looking at our certainly our 5th to 8th finishers in the screen right now. Why does the top right look like PAL? It might be. Might be PAL. You never know. Some people are running this on MU, some people are running on hardware. That's the beauty of the SPRASH League. You can basically compete on MU or hardware, whatever acceptable hardware there is, and it's very, very inclusive. So lots of people running. We've still got 17 runners going right now.
That's insane. That's awesome.
Shout
Love
out
to see
all the runners who are taking part. Shout out Hammerhead, Freeze,
Mhm.
Rosie, Spudley Man, Night Shadow, Player Game SK, Aldeezy. You've been in a bunch of these races. All these awesome people.
Super cool.
So, yeah, Harbor race now for New Jar.
Using those pelicans, using those surfaces to just go a little bit faster. This game's kind of crazy because you have to hit all of these circles, right, in these races. Like, that's how it kind of keeps you on track.
Yeah.
And, like, prevents you from going too far out of the way. And the, like, hitboxes for these rings is so weird. Like, if Spyro's horn is just, like, near it, it counts. So you can kind of see them use that sometimes to collect the ring and still kind of cut a corner.
Yeah, you definitely, sometimes it feels like they're bypassing them, but they do actually have to hit them all. It just
Yes.
doesn't look like they hit them because they've
Yeah.
turned so sharply to get the very corner of a hitbox. So one last Hunter UFO challenge for New Jar, and then it's into the super bonus round.
Or the time trial. Oh, no. You have to go to the time trial to get to Hunter. I forgot. Finding Hunter is always a treat. Because you never, like, when you first started playing, you wouldn't necessarily notice him right away.
Yeah, Hunter just changing that, chasing.
Even catch him, and then you get an egg. It's pretty random. We see Hypno just entering Harper Speedway.
So the home straight for our boy, and he has made up more time again.
Making that
So,
comeback.
looking for looking at a low 334 potentially.
I'm having a little bit of a stream issue, but that is okay.
I got you. We're all good.
Okay, cool.
So yeah, into SPR for New Jar.
Nice.
I don't know if everything is going alright for the stream. I can still see, so it's fine. Looks okay to me. You all good, Lexi?
It's like Hypno. There we go. We're back. I don't know if anybody else had the issue, but like Hypno stream that showcases all four was not loading. But I'm back.
Okay.
And we're good.
Cool. We back.
We back. We're in the super bonus round, Crystal Islands, Dino Mines, and Harbor Speedway. You know, it's kind of crazy how close all of these are, really. You know what I mean? Considering how long this is. I don't know, it's always interesting to me to see, like, runners that, you know, play the same game. They have different strategies, but, like, ultimately have similar-ish times. I don't know, it's kind of crazy. It's kind of cool, though, how optimized and, like, I don't know. It's cool. Okay, as a person that doesn't speedrun, I think that's amazing.
It's just sick.
Yeah, it's awesome.
More trails of gems, which again will never not be satisfying.
Yeah. See the slide level again? Ugh, I don't know. Just gives me a little bit of PTSD. I'm not gonna lie. I got so frustrated. First
Taking
time
it
playing
nice
the
and
game.
slow.
Nice and slow, slow and steady.
We got Elliot, now we've got Eloise.
Mm-hmm.
In Crystal Islands. Yeah, Crystal Islands. So still a few levels to go for Toto.
Mm-hmm.
Toto's probably going to finish behind Hypnoshark.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we're still looking at New Jar next, then probably Hypnoshark, then probably Bucci.
Yeah, Hypno just needing to finish this race that he's in the middle of. And then the Hunter UFO chase. And then I don't know if it looks like he needs to round out Midnight Mountain or not before heading into the super bonus.
It's a short split, so it doesn't seem to be
I don't
big
know,
enough
yeah.
much to do.
I'm not sure, yeah.
I don't know what I'm interested by the graph on Toto's.
Right? I was
Screen.
curious as to what that is. That's kind of cool.
If anyone can tell me what that graph is, I'm
Yeah.
interested. I don't know if it's his pace or computer performance. I don't know.
Yeah.
Frame rate.
Frame. We got Bucci heading into the final speedway. Oh, it's getting so close. Like, it's just like the last final home stretch for pretty much everyone that we're watching right now. And that's exciting.
We appreciate you all sticking with us over this 3.5 hours. It is a little difficult now we're getting to see these levels for like the 6th and 7th times to have anything interesting to say. But we've appreciated you all, and I hope you've had as much fun with this race as we have. It's been an absolute delight, Lexi, to have you alongside.
Oh, thank you. It's been
Minimal
fun doing
Kirk Cousins chat.
this. Minimal. I know we kept it on the down low.
Or maybe next time.
This is my commentary debut, so it was pretty exciting for me, I'm not gonna lie. I've always kind of wanted to, just because I watch a lot of speedruns. I don't speedrun myself, but I watch them so much that I was like, huh, I might be able to comment on things. Maybe not do the actual running. So this has been very fun, so I'm very happy Kieran and Sam let me do this.
It's certainly been my career, is commentating on things that I'm not talented enough to do.
Yep. Those that can't do, teach.
Or commentate on
Yep.
others doing. That's how it worked for me with esports, professional wrestling, speedrunning.
Speedrunning. Hypno gonna make his way.
You see New Jar doing the same manipulations of the respawn that we saw from the other runners in this final bit of SBR before we get to the final sorceress fight for New Jar. And yeah, Hypno and SBR.
Mm-hmm.
And then it'll be Bucci coming in behind him. I don't know how Sam's feeling. He may or may not. Usually, Hypno joins us at the end of these broadcasts just to round up the run and talk a little bit about his run. But obviously, with it being a longer run and him not feeling particularly well, we're not sure if we're going to get him this week. We'll see what happens.
Mm-hmm.
But
We can talk for him.
We can.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was bloody great.
Yeah, it was bloody great. Yeah, I need a bottle of water because I'm ill. Yeah, I don't know. That's all I got.
I'm Sam.
I'm Sam.
Whoa, baby.
Wow, baby. This isn't CTR. What the
We're 3.5 hours in, fully delirious here in the SPRASH League.
Run went pretty great. It was alright. Yeah.
Alright, wasn't it?
Yeah, well, innit? Oh.
I think that's pretty good sound.
Cheers.
Southampton.
Woo! What else does
Go,
Sam say?
go.
Cheers on the luck, mate. That's what he says a lot. Peace, peace. He says that a lot too.
Peace.
Peace, peace.
Yep.
Lord. If Sam didn't make it so easy to imitate him, then I would stop. But it's just too easy.
Alright. Alright. Good.
Alright, we got another round 2 of Sorceress coming up.
We're
See
gonna
how
get
it
proxy
goes.
here. Yeah, he's gonna go for the proxy.
Oh,
Doesn't get it, but that's okay.
that's okay. Just gonna do the
Oh.
Sorceress the old-fashioned way.
Spudley Man has actually finished and taken 5th place.
It's
329.
oh shit! GG's.
So shout out Spudley Man 329. The next of the runners to finish. Again, he's another one who currently in 11th. So that's a good haul of points for him to get up towards maybe being in that top 4. And there's New Jar finishing up. So New Jar gonna take 6th.
Yep.
We'll see if we get. Just waiting for the time to come through on race time. But yes, New Jar going to take home 6th place, 3:30.08 on the race time. However that works out. Yeah, good stuff. There's our top 6. So we've got 3 more runners here, and Hypno's going to try and take 7th. Like I said, I think 8th place was kind of what he was looking at, as that would be a good result. And we'll definitely take 7th.
Exciting.
And one more. We've still got one more Hunter UFO after this, because Toto's still a little bit behind. Still got a couple levels to do. Still got another a whole Dino Mines to come.
So, question, Spyro people, what? How old is Spyro? Because he's like barely bigger than all of these little baby eggs that he collects. You know
He's
what I
like
mean?
a kid dragon. He's like a teenage dragon.
He's so tiny. This
Yeah.
little baby.
Dragons get a growth spurt
I guess.
when they hit like, I don't know, 35.
Yeah. He's so young, saving his dragon kind like multiple times.
Yeah, you'd think once he'd freed the dragons in Spyro 1, couldn't those big dragons like
Yeah,
deal with the
let's-
shit he has to do in
Yeah,
Spyro 2 and
that's what I'm
Spyro 3?
saying. Like what the fuck? All
It's like, hey,
these big
Spyro,
dragons
go deal with this. Don't you want it? Nah, we're fine.
Guys, who are we gonna send? Oh, I know. Our one teenage dragon. Because everyone else is huge.
Yeah.
Or tiny. Like baby dragons.
Yep, Spud and New Jar finishing very close to each other again, about 45 seconds apart.
That's crazy.
So
That's
close for
awesome.
second and third. Sorry, so close for... Well, actually, yeah, quite close for second, third, and fourth. About just over 2 minutes in it between second and fourth, and then fifth and sixth, less than a minute. That's true. In Spyro 2, he does
True.
get abducted.
Yeah, and that's true too in Spyro 3. We kind of didn't really watch the cutscenes because #speedrunning, but he's the only one small enough to fit in the holes to get to the eggs.
What?
The hole at the beginning. Yeah.
That's some bullshit.
Yeah, so he's the only one that can go.
And I guess at
Standing-
the time of Spyro 3, he's like an accomplished world saver, right?
True, at that point they're like, we have nobody else to trust. Because we
Yeah.
ain't trusting Hunter. This guy sucks. So,
Why is he
Spyro?
even here?
Yeah.
Oh, Hypno having some trouble with the skateboard,
Mhm.
not the trolley. I'm up for discussing Spyro lore as long as it doesn't acknowledge the existence of any games outside of the original trilogy. Because we're better off that way.
You're just hating on SRT. They're like very similar, to be fair. They're like
Oh, I
barely
mean, SRT is a remake of the original trilogy, so that counts.
Yeah.
I'm talking about. I'm
Oh,
not,
like the other ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about Season of Flame.
Yeah. I get you.
or ETD. So Sam just clearing up last few gems here in SBR in this skateboarding adjacent level.
Adjacent. It's good. It's good word.
Well, it's not skateboarding, it's skateboarding-esque.
Snow. It's not even snowboarding. Yeah, you're right.
There's the final gem to get into Sorceress 2.
Ooh.
I don't think we'll see a proxy attempt from Hypno. Oh, nope. Yeah, just going. I think he just went straight for it. So, yeah, PB for Hypno, a 333, 333.57. So very close to getting a PB as that time goes past. But it's going to be like 10 seconds or so beyond his PB, which is a hell of a time to get in a race. You'll be very pleased with that. And there he is. Hypnoshark finished 3:44.14 on his splits, 44.51 on the race time, 7th place. Yeah, little pump of the fist there. He'll be very happy with that.
Look at he's so cute and he's so happy. Gotta love that Hypnoshark. Hopefully now he can go to bed, drink some water, maybe chug a Gatorade, try to start feeling better.
Yeah, he deserves it, and he's gonna, I think, take full advantage of that break that we have next week. No race.
Yes, as he should.
Yeah, 15 seconds behind PB in the end. Was a minute 25 up in Desert Ruins, but yeah, Agent 9's lab was a problem, but really did do a great job bringing it back, winning back 20 seconds over those last 7 levels. So very impressed.
Yeah. All things considered.
And we'll see Bucci finish up as well in a minute here.
Skateboard and then going into Sorceress.
I'm not sure if we'll stick with Total to the end. We might call it a day.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can commentate Harbor Speedway for a 7th time.
Yeah, like a 10th time. Kieran and Sam adorably bickering.
I'd love to see it.
The dynamic duo. The creators / founders / organizers of this whole kit caboodle.
Yeah, they're the ones who put it together, put the whole SPRASH League together, the concept, the stream, putting it all together, funding it. So yeah, ! Donate in the chat.
Yes. Yup.
Hey guys, what's up?
Oh God, Kieran, you're loud.
I am loud. Hi guys. Right, okay, so Sam's not here, so I have to do this. Guys, have you ever wanted to speedrun a game? So have I.
No.
So,
yes.
You meant to say yes. So here's the form for Crash 1. It goes on the 3rd of December. It is not next week, it is in 2 weeks. At 8 PM UTC. Do not get it mistaken. The 3rd of December UTC. 8 PM UTC, sorry. Sign up for Crash 1. Please do that. The game is fun for people who are cool.
Yep, sign up for Crash 1. That is our next race in 2 weeks' time, and then there's only one left.
Yeah, and then we've got Crash 2, and then it's the end forever. Nothing else happens after Crash 2.
Yep. There was a lot of build up for the SPRASH League, and it does feel like it's going to be over very quickly. Feels like we're kind of getting to the end.
Like premature ejaculation.
Yep. Thanks, Kieran.
Yep.
No worries, guys. All right, Sam, raid somebody, please. I want to go to bed. I want to go to bed.
Yeah, we all want. Well, I don't know about you, Lexi. Those of us.
It's like 5 PM, so.
Yeah. Okay. Those of us in the UK, it's nearly tomorrow, so I think we'd quite like to get out of here. Sorry, Toto, but yeah, shout out all the runners who took part. Shout out everyone who's still running. We will raid somebody who's still running. But thank you for joining us. As I say, we'll be back in 2 weeks. Not 1 week, 2 weeks for Crash 1. Stick with us. Check out Hypnoshark's Twitter for all the details. Kieran's Twitter for all the details. Sign up for Crash 1. And I'll keep vamping until Sam raids someone.
Yeah.
Yes.
Raid somebody. Thank you, everyone. Thanks for having me. Yes, there's a raid. Woo!
Thank you, Lexi, for being awesome.
Thank you. You guys are so kind.
Thank you, Lexi and Callum. You did great.
Peace, peace.
Bye, everyone.
Peace, 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 peace,
Goodbye,
peace, peace,
goodbye,
peace, peace,
everyone.
peace.
Goodbye, goodbye. Oh,
Yeah,
God.
I'm gonna leave you.